Podcast. We love sports just like you.
Welcome to the Team Podcast, episode 023. My name is Nash, host of the Team Podcast. And with me, I got my co-host Wells of the Horseplay Podcast. Excuse me, of the Horseplay Podcast.
You know, he's also of the Team Podcast. So
he is, but it's kind of like a promotion thing I'm pushing. So.
I like it.
Ladies, what's up? Guys, what's up?
And on the ones and twos, we got the great DJ Smythe.
Not a DJ. What's going on, guys?
What is going on, guys?
Would you? I don't mean to.
Me first.
All right, go on.
I bought a PlayStation. Woo!
Yeah, it's about time, man.
You know what? I'm not like excited to have it, but there's games that I always wanted to play. So I'm very excited for MLB The Show 18. It's my first baseball game in maybe 10 years, and I'm gonna be into it all summer. So people hit me up if you want to get.
What's your name?
Yeah, we just signed you up. What's your name?
Chocolate_brown dash.
Yeah.
And I'm going to send it to you guys so you guys can see it right now on Twitter, actually.
All right, sweet. So that was Smythe's week that just began.
Yeah,
a couple weeks ago. Anything you got up to else this week?
This week, no. Everything's led to this point tonight.
Interesting.
As Smythe just alluded to, the best game. The reason why I got a PlayStation 4, the reason why Smythe got a PlayStation 4 was for MLB The Show, which comes out this time every year, end of March. And tonight at midnight, the game launches. I am very excited. I've waited so long for this game.
Yeah, you're like trying to hurry us up.
Yeah. I want to get home and play it. But it's amazing. It's one of the only games, like sports games wise, that I play from day one. I get it. I was playing it up until Saturday. So yeah. I played the whole life of it. And if you think about it, you spend what, $80 for that game?
Yeah. If you're playing for a whole year,
12 months.
Yeah.
What's your PSN tag?
Sauce Boss.
Okay, spell that for me.
I spell it differently because Sauce Boss was taken. So it's SAUCSEBAWSE. It's like a German way of saying Sauce
Boss.
But I had a question for you guys.
Shoot.
PS4 aside.
Mm-hmm.
This is episode 023. Are you calling this the LeBron podcast or the Michael Jordan podcast?
This is a very important question.
That's important, man.
This has been on my mind all day.
This is important. If it was up to me, I'm going Jordan. You have to go Jordan. What did you go in horseplay?
Come on.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan?
You have to go Jordan. I think you have to go Jordan.
I'm going to call this LeBron.
Yeah. The millennial over here.
Now, here's why. Here's why. Because Michael Jordan was the old funk, the old GOAT. And he represents, I guess, the old school potters that started podcasting and started a sports radio. And we are the new generation, the up-and-comers and the upcoming legends of the game.
The sheesh generation.
Right? Yeah. So
actually, you know what?
We're LeBron.
When he actually explains it that way.
No, I get it.
That makes.
I respect that.
You've convinced me now, Smythe. I'm switching. It's the LeBron podcast. When you actually explain it that way, I like that. So yes, we're switching.
Look at that. Okay.
First time I've won an argument in 23 episodes. It's amazing.
With Nash, at least.
Right?
So last week I told you guys I was on hole 30.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, threw that out the window.
It's over. This week it's over.
Yeah.
What happened, man? I was hungry all the time.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, man. You're a big dude. You need to eat.
Yeah, I'm a big guy, and I go to the gym a lot. So I'm like hungry all the time, and just couldn't do it. I'm just gonna step up my gym, and that seems to be working now. Like I'm getting a little tighter now. But that it lasted. So when did we do the podcast? And then we went to the movies on Saturday. 3 days.
3 days.
Okay, wow.
I was gonna say we had beers yesterday. So
well, what you should do. Okay, you can still. Try the keto.
I'm still having the meals. Like I'm eating the meals. It's just I'm now allowing myself to snack.
Try the keto because
is there beer
you can
in
eat.
Keto?
No. I mean, okay, if you want to count carbs, sure, you can't have any more than 20 grams a day. But you can do vodka,
right?
But the only thing I say is if you do that, your liver's too busy filtering out the alcohol for you to lose weight. Like you can do it, but it's not going to go as quicker.
So I don't drink that much alcohol anywhere.
No, but if you can, for keto, you can snack. There's no limit to what you want to eat, right? You just don't have more than 20 grams a day of carbs and don't have any sugar.
Yeah.
So you can eat. Oh, I didn't mean to say that.
And again.
So you can eat like pork rinds all day,
Yeah.
or you can eat, you know what I mean, hot dogs or whatever you want to eat.
Can I eat beef jerky?
Yeah, beef jerky is like the go-to snack.
I love that stuff.
No, you can't have it all day. There's usually for every bag there's about 3 grams of carbs in it.
Damn it.
That's like the just straight up beef jerky. But if you go to like your local butcher and they make jerky, it's even better.
Yeah. Or you can make your own.
Or you can make your own if you really want to. I can't see you doing that, Smythe.
That sounds very hard. I was like, that sounds so tough. I do have a new thing. I'm gonna stop using my credit card for anything. Starting. I just bought a PS4 and now I'm done.
Okay, so why
I'm gonna tap out because like I'll get up in the morning and I'll like Uber to work.
I just asked you before we started. I go, how do you get to work?
Sometimes, well, if I'm late, I'll Uber.
How are you late, man? Because professional.
I sleep in, man. Or I'll go out for like lunch unnecessarily. Just a lot of things that I can cut out, and I'm going to try and pay less interest. That's my goal. It would be a resolution, but we're in the middle of March. Whatever. But that's
okay. You know what? Some people start New Year's in March. It's okay.
Right?
Well, you probably Uber to work because mentally in your head you're like sleeping in anyway. So you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna sleep in because I can Uber to work.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Like
yeah.
Now, if you use your credit card correctly, it could benefit you.
Air miles, bud.
Could you not just adjust your spending habits?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to like
give yourself a budget maybe a week. Or?
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like put it to 0 now, and then every time I get paid, I'm gonna put it to 0. So stuff comes out automatically, obviously, like your Netflix memberships, things like that. I'm just gonna keep that at 0 and just refuse to use it. And if I use anything, I'm gonna use my debit card because I pay 0 interest on that, and then everything will hurt basically. So
I guess, yeah. Give you. I always say, credit card doesn't have to be the devil. I think it is because I got rid of my credit card.
Yeah.
But if you use it properly,
it's just free flights.
Things can be can be good.
You know what I use for paying like bills and stuff is most companies will accept it is PayPal.
Yeah,
it goes right to your bank account too, right?
Yeah.
Which again, no interest.
Yep.
I mean, you just have to make sure that every month, whatever's in your bank account, you have it, right? So that's one way to get rid of stuff off your credit card.
Well, I pay interest on things that I don't have to.
No, it's just convenient, right?
Yeah. Well, there's money in the bank for stuff, and I will still buy it on credit card and then pay interest. Doesn't make any sense. It's actually a waste of money.
Yeah, and because it's just convenient.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's funny you said like the easy part of this, like this generation. I can't remember where I was reading this. I think it was on Reddit or something. Anyway, but they were saying basically our generation is willing to pay extra for things.
Yep.
Because they want it now.
Yeah. So they'll go and like say you want, I don't know, a crock pot.
Great example.
Whatever. I couldn't think of something.
Our generation
wants crock pots.
the millennials want a crock pot.
Need a crock pot.
Whatever. So you go on Amazon. So rather than just go down the street to Walmart, you're going to go on Amazon and pay that same price, but pay the shipping on top of that. So now you just paid extra for it. Or even for food, for example.
Sure.
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats. I am guilty of this. There's a restaurant right around the corner from my house. It is literally 5-minute walk from my house. I'm ordering Uber Eats for it every time. I'm not getting up. I'm not going downstairs to go get it. I'm gonna order Uber
and you
Eats.
also feel like when you do that, like they're judging you. They're like, I just picked this up
to walk it to your house.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I didn't need my car to walk this to your house.
I wonder how many times that actually happens. It probably happens a lot.
Oh, they're probably texting their friends. This lazy son of a.
Well, where I live, it's kind of they're well off. We're in the area where I live, so I'm guessing that probably happens a lot. And there's probably like this.
Imagine Sunday after St. Patrick's Day. How busy Uber Eats.
Oh yeah. He just like subtly said he lives in a rich neighborhood. They're
well
off where I live.
I wouldn't say it's rich, but
well off. They're fine. Like, how would
people are doing well in that area.
Well, they order Uber Eats when they're 5 seconds.
Uber Eats is big over there.
Well, how would you describe my area?
It's the village.
Yeah, they're well off there.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay.
Well off.
I live in a rich neighborhood.
I don't think anyone's in here crying for money.
Snob.
I thought of something. I'm just going to try this out today. See how you guys like it.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Another one of these. What do you call this segment so we can...
so we can make fun of it?
I haven't thought of a name for it. I gotta.
That's a good start.
Yeah. I'm gonna try maybe you guys can do it too. I don't know if you want to feel like it, but I got to recommend and I got to warn for my week.
A what?
A recommend and a warn.
A warn.
So something I'm going to recommend you guys do or watch or whatever.
Warn.
Warn against?
And it's something I'm going to warn against.
Warn. Like
okay. Like a recommend and the opposite recommend.
Okay.
All
right.
I thought you said warn, like wore these clothes. Or...
Oh, no.
Of course you did.
A warning.
Warning.
Okay.
A warning. So, I've started this new thing where I'm just like going through Netflix and I'm forcing myself to watch movies. So I'll pick 2 things, flip a coin, and then watch it.
Do you actually flip a coin?
Yes.
Is this how Batman vs Superman got lost?
I actually make a lot of decisions that way. I actually have an app on my phone that flips a coin.
Two-Face.
It's a great way to make decisions.
Over here.
Pick 2 things, flip a coin, boom. It's easy. Anyway, so this is how I'm getting through movies. So I saw a movie Mute on
Mute
on Netflix. It's Alexander Skarsgård and who's the guy who plays
Paul Rudd, right?
Paul Rudd. Yeah.
How did you know that?
Oh, it's in when you log Netflix on. It's
yeah,
like
it's
right
one
there.
of the new ones that
and
pop
it shows
up.
Paul Rudd with like a mustache.
Yeah. So it's about a kid who got injured, Skarsgård, who got injured as a kid.
Spoiler alert.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just giving you like the synopsis. Basically, he can't speak. So the whole movie can't speak, and then Paul Rudd's doing whatever Paul Rudd's doing, and he's trying to find his girlfriend, and blah blah blah.
Paul Rudd in and up.
Do not watch this movie.
Okay.
This is the warn.
Do not watch it. It was so boring.
Really?
This is what I like about Netflix. They're trying to do things. They're trying. Like I saw that. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. The guy's not going to speak the whole movie.
Yeah.
I thought that's very interesting. He has to tell a story without speaking. So good.
And it didn't work.
Yeah.
It's just boring.
I saw that. It was called Dunkirk.
No, that was a little different because they told a story without actually giving you characters to care about.
I don't know. I was just
Type
being
thing,
extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so
Sorry.
yeah, go on.
Isn't Shape of the Water the main character in Mute?
Yeah, that's also too. But everyone speaks around her. Like there's a lot of exposition that goes on all around her. So yeah, do not watch the movie. It's very boring.
Got it.
I appreciate their attempt, but whatever. My recommend. This is an older movie.
Right?
My first time watching it though. I don't know why I didn't watch it. Memento.
Oh,
What?
you haven't seen
You
that
haven't seen
before?
that until now?
Wow.
I saw that in theater like 20 years
I
ago.
was going to say
So
that.
good.
I watched that on
That
So
movie
good.
blew my
I
mind.
would
last
almost
time
say
I
it was a
did.
day one I watched that movie. It was-
Christopher Nolan movie. So basically, it's a story told backwards, essentially.
Yeah.
Great movie. If you haven't watched it, watch it. I was just sitting there, just
Is that on Netflix?
yeah.
You have to mention
blew-
the main aspect of the movie, or do you not?
No, don't
No,
say
no,
anything.
no,
Don't spoil
no.
anything.
Christopher Nolan movies are his
It's
best.
20 years ago. If you haven't seen it
Yeah,
by now.
but
Still, no, well, he just saw it this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
When I'm giving a recommend, if we review movies or TV shows, yeah, spoilers.
No, I
all
would.
about.
Yeah, you can't recommend it to someone and spoil it
Yeah.
and be like, go enjoy it.
All right, true.
So I'm recommending that.
Hey, don't even say that it's backward. Well, I mean, too late.
Well,
but-
that's the whole premise of the movie. Like, I don't think I've never seen that before. Done before. Another Christopher Nolan movies. This guy's movies are just fantastic.
and that was like way before.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything.
Way before.
That was his first like big movie. I believe.
Really good movie. So that's my recommend and warn.
That's a good recommend.
So yeah, I don't know if you guys like that segment. Maybe I'll just implement that. I don't know if you guys want to try it right now. Do you have a recommend and warn for a week?
Does it have to be movies and
No,
TV
can be anything.
shows?
Podcast, anything you want.
Well, no, I don't. You
Don't
know
got
what?
anything? That's fine. That's fine.
Wow.
I just threw it out there. So
he didn't give you a chance. He was like, "Do you?" And you didn't say
No,
it in like
he-
5 seconds. He was like,
no,
"Oh, it's okay."
it
It
was
was kind of put me on the spot.
right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like this last week what I've.
Even if not even last week. Even if something that you
seen it?
liked before. Like you're like
I still say you guys need to. I recommend the last podcast on the left is something you guys need to listen to.
okay. You have said that before.
I have said it before in my top 5 podcasts, but this is the funniest yet most informative podcast going. It's basically comedians talking about mass murderers, serial killers, or big stories. So I just listened to the Casey Anthony episode, and that story is about Casey Anthony, a 22-year-old woman who, was not convicted of murdering her kid.
And if you guys don't remember what that Casey Anthony, the whole thing about that was she was an attractive woman.
Very attractive.
Yeah.
So somehow these guys managed to make a 4-hour, 2-part episode very
Based
funny.
on that.
Based on that, they make
Oh,
it
Wow.
funny.
okay. That's not
And that's not a very funny thing to talk
No,
about.
but like as long as you know the show, what you're getting into,
Yeah,
it's like they
yeah.
try to make it
dark humor,
not dark, but like
excessively dark.
I'll give you an example. It's like the first line of like the podcast is, let's just get this out of the way. Casey Anthony was very hot, and we all wanted to and like have sex with her, and it's just the way
have relations.
Yeah, it's a good podcast. I'll plug that until everyone starts listening to it.
All right. Well,
do you have a warn? No, wait. Do you have a warn?
Oh. No, I'm not a hater. I'm a lover.
Okay.
Oh, I like that. I like that. My recommend is Netflix.
Can I fill in a warn for you? A podcast? I'm a
warn.
Yeah, a warn for a podcast.
Okay.
Have you listened to 30 Thoughts?
Is that the LA
3-minute thing?
31 Thoughts?
Is it 31 Thoughts? 30 Thoughts.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be 31 Thoughts, but it's 30 Thoughts podcast.
Okay, what?
Man, it's boring.
Okay, well, there you go.
Just do not listen, guys. They're too boring.
Really?
Jeff American, they're so boring. Anyway,
Okay.
Anyway.
I recommend Netflix Altered Carbon. Have you guys seen this?
I've heard of it.
I heard it was bad.
It is lights out. It is one of the most innovative things on television.
Good.
Innovative?
Yeah, it's brilliant actually. It reminds me of an episode of Black Mirror, just stretched out into 10 episodes. Creates a new universe, puts together a good story.
Now, my only reason I'm questioning the way it's because it's what I've seen and what everyone's told me is it looks exactly like Blade Runner.
It's flashy, but like flashy doesn't mean Blade Runner. Like it has neon lights and stuff, and it's in
like
the future.
The whole world looks like Blade Runner. Have you seen Blade Runner?
It's the future. It looks like
Runner?
it's the same as like it looks like Total Recall, and it looks like anything that's set in the future, right? But conceptually, it's very good. The backstory is very good, and you care about the characters, and there's a lot of nudity.
Okay, I'll watch.
Right? So
That's all you had to say?
and there's the concepts in it that make it like you get shocked in the beginning and then you numb to it towards the end because you understand what they're trying to do and they do it very well. So that's what
Say no more, fam.
Right?
And you have a warrant?
You know what? To be honest,
Brooklyn Nets games.
right? Just don't watch them. They're just really bad. My actual warn might be Jessica Jones season 2.
What? Last week you said it was good.
Come on, man.
It was.
It is good.
I went back and I thought about it and I looked into it and I kind of, it's not, like if you liked the first season.
It's not as good as first season.
Okay. That's my point. My point is like, I went through it, I pushed through it and it was okay, but I didn't think it was something that, it didn't build on the first season. Like season 2 of Daredevil, I liked much better. So
Do you like dialogue?
Like what?
Do you like dialogue?
Yes.
I'm just curious. I'm just asking.
Yeah, depends though.
That like dialogue driven shows. Like, do you like that?
Yeah.
Or do you like punching and running and?
No,
fighting?
I like dialogue driven shows, but I don't like repetitive actions within a series.
Okay.
So Jessica Jones does like a lot of drinking and a lot of falling sorry for herself and a lot of like whatever. And
That's the point. That's what again. That's
That's
why
her
I
character,
like it.
right?
That's why I like it
Yeah,
because
and
she's not that squeaky clean hero. She's broken.
Yeah.
well,
That's what makes her interesting.
that's the entire
To me.
premise of the season 2, right? Is that
Oh, I thought it was season 1 too. I haven't
yeah.
seen season
No,
2.
I don't know. Can I spoil this?
Season 2?
No, this episode. This
No,
man.
You can't recommend something.
I'm warning. Okay, but yeah, watch it, I guess, and then realize why I'm warning you guys that you might not like it as much.
But Jessica Jones. She's so hot.
How did I miss 2 leaf goals?
Because we're busy talking. Man.
We're busy.
I was fist
We're
bumping.
working.
Yeah.
We're actually working.
Nylander and Matthews scored. Just to update you.
All right, let's move on to some sports.
I just did.
Yeah, true, you did.
You know what?
Let's.
Is this our record of not talking about sports?
No, last week was long.
We've gone way longer. When we talk about Black Panther, what that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
40 minutes.
Wakanda.
We talked about Black Panther. That was the episode. And then we
It was
sprinkled
the Black
in
Panther
sports.
episode.
Yeah.
NCAA tournament.
What about it?
Whose bracket is busted right now?
Come on, everyone's.
There is no perfect brackets. There's no brackets that even 10 games, I think the average is people got wrong. It's so
But
amazing.
whose bracket is totally straight? Okay, let me start with this. Wells, the first week, what stood out to you? What did you see? What are you like?
Come on,
oh,
man.
that. I think there's
A
only
16
one thing.
beating a 1?
For the first time ever.
Never in our life have we seen that.
Nope.
Now think about in sports.
Sorry, who are you talking about? You're talking about Virginia versus
UMBC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beat Virginia. Virginia was overall, I think, the number 1 ranked team in the world, or sorry, in the States, like
In the nation.
Yeah, they were.
in the nation
Yeah.
before this started.
Yep.
So I mean, add that on to the miracle of it. But like, think about everything in your life that you see in sports, right? Like, I always still think like in baseball, throwing a perfect game, there's only like 21 people who have done that. And just think about it. For all the games that have been played in baseball,
Since,
only
like, for
21
100
people
years.
have done that.
100 years plus.
Yeah. In what? NBA, like we've only seen one person score over 80 points, or 2 people score over 80 points. What? Twice?
One person scored 100.
Yeah, one person scored 100.
One person scored 81.
So we have seen, this is the first time ever we have seen a 16 seed beat a 1 seed.
Yeah, but this number 1 seed was a defense-based team.
Sure.
And in the tournament,
they were shook.
Defense-based teams get rocked because people come out shooting hot. You can't stop hot shooting.
Exactly. But still, they couldn't respond. But like, what made it more impressive was it was a beatdown.
20 points.
I mean, it was 21-21 and a half. Virginia allows, on average, against, and I read this, against top nation schools, obviously, right? Mm-hmm. Their season, they only allowed 53 points a game, which is amazing.
Yeah.
They gave up 54 points in the second half to a 16 seed.
Yeah.
Could it have been like a lot of like, yeah, we're gonna win because everyone's saying we're gonna win, and they just just took it for granted?
I think it's what Smythe said is like
Baltimore's hitting shots.
Is if you hit shots against a team that only plays like defense is their thing, they're shook. They were shook. Yeah. That's all you can say is they were shook.
Because I noticed like they didn't adjust at all.
No,
like, they getting shots up and they did not.
And they
adjust
started
at all.
playing not their game by shooting threes and trying to catch up, which was basically their dagger.
Yeah. Anything stand out to you that first week?
What else could stand out more?
Buffalo and Arizona.
Sure.
I like people thought Arizona before. I didn't think they were that far. Buffalo was better than they were seeded.
Do you think they're going to win?
I didn't know. Maybe not first round, but Buffalo was better than their seeding. So if I was like, I played pro line, I took the under and I took Buffalo to cover whatever spread it was. Didn't think they were going to win though.
Yeah. You know what's hilarious? You know what's hilarious about the Buffalo and Arizona game? So going in, what do people say about Arizona? All this stuff. No, all this stuff.
They have 3 NBAers on their team.
All this adversity, all the allegations against their team. They're going to all come together and win. And then when they lost, what did they say?
All the allegations.
All the allegations.
The reason why
it was a distraction. Oh my God. How could they even come up with that? It's just funny how the sports media talks about this stuff.
You know what I always think about sports media? If you say one thing, then they say the other. The only clip they're going to keep on replaying is the clip where you're right.
Yeah, that's how it works. They don't actually go back and say, I was wrong about that.
We don't do that here.
What? Go back and actually...
Go back on our words.
No, we say we're wrong all the time.
All right. Yeah.
We say we're wrong all the time.
We relish in being incorrect.
You know what? We say it often.
Yeah, the first round, 9 of the top 16 teams are out. Is there any top 4s? I think all the 4s are gone.
Yeah, there's one seed that did not fare well.
Yeah, I think all the 4s are gone.
Till Sweet 16, they did not do it. Is it 4?
Jeez. Is this?
There's only 2 ones left.
Yeah.
Right? And they're coming from the East and Midwest. Kansas and Nova. And the 2s are left from that side.
We just watched Loyola beat Nevada. Yeah, Loyola, that was a team I want to bring up. That seems to be like the darling of the tournament right now. Like everyone's jumping on that bandwagon. You see Chance the Rapper.
They're the Butler.
Yeah,
they're just...
Yeah, Sister Jean.
they're the Butler, basically.
Yeah, that seems like the darling of the tournament right now. Out of our picks, both of us got only all 3 of us only got 2 teams left.
Yep.
I got Michigan, Villanova. Wells, you also got Villanova, and you also got Duke. Smythe, you got Purdue and Kansas. Very unpredictable tournament this time, I guess. Is this good or bad for the tournament? Is this like all the big?
Great.
Is all the big? You think it's great?
When there's this many upsets, do you think the seeding is wrong?
No.
It probably was.
No. Not at all.
You think Virginia needed to be a number 1 overall? They were not a number 1 overall.
They were though. They were number 1 overall school in the nation.
But that was a committee actually telling them they're number 1. I don't think they were number 1 overall. They were not.
Why wouldn't they be? That's what they play the 34 games before for. Like,
I guess.
I mean, this is the beauty of the tournament is that again, Smythe, you said it perfectly off the top. Is you get a mismatch, right? And someone exploits it. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And you see a school, you will never ever see that team again, probably.
Yeah.
Those players.
Probably.
You'll never see those players. You'll never hear about them again. But we all got to experience that one night, right?
Yeah.
Like, where they were the kings of the tournament, and they had and they will, when they're 50 years from now, when they're 70, they have grandkids they can talk about. They were the first team to ever be at number 1. And I think this tournament is good for stories like that. Mm-hmm. And anything can happen in these tournaments. That's why we like them so much.
My favorite thing about NCAA tournament is so many teams play their way in. And so many teams earn the right to get to the big dance, and they give it their all against these big schools. And I do like seeing the games be close. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really a fan of seeing schools I don't know advance far in the tournament because I just don't know the players. I'm not going to see them again.
The big names going out, that's bad.
Yeah, well, for me personally, I'd rather see big names and big time players advance far. I like seeing superstars win the tournament.
But like what I just said, you don't like cheering for the Cinderella story. Like you don't. Why not, man? You don't like cheering for the underdog?
I love the fact they earn their way in, and if they win a game, good for them. But for my viewership, I like to see college's major players advance far and play each other for the Final Four of the championship.
Now, normally I would side with you, Smythe, on this.
Yeah.
But for this particular tournament, I think it's a little different. Sometimes you'll see, you like to see some underdogs win. Yeah, I'm of two schools. Like, because I understand what you're talking about, Smythe. It's like you want the guys you know to be in. That's how you get viewership. Yeah. You want the guys you know to win, and that's how you start cheering. Like, I know you're on the other side of this coin for pretty much all sports.
Yeah, if Baltimore ends up playing Loyola for the national championship, no one's going to care.
Baltimore's done.
I know they're both going to be done in the next game, but I'm saying.
Well, we've been saying about Loyola for the last
Baltimore's
games.
I know Baltimore's long out, but I'm saying though, those are two schools that you don't know, and I don't think any of those players are going pro.
No, absolutely not.
Right,
but
so
like, can't you let them have their moment?
You can, but winning that first game is their moment, as far as I'm concerned. Like now,
totally, I agree. But
let
like
the big schools.
But like, look at guys like on Arizona who lost, but like 3 of those guys didn't go to the NBA, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna have careers we can watch them for the next 15 years, right?
Yeah,
like the guys from like Loyola and Baltimore, like why can't you just keep cheering? Look at Butler, right? Remember that one year? You still talk about it.
I am still cheering for
Butler
Loyola
did it 2 years, didn't they?
Yeah. They went to the finals as a 10 seed.
What was that school in California? Was it California or Florida? It was like a tiny school. It was like 3 years ago.
Where it was like Lob City or whatever. They just kept dunking.
Yeah.
Florida Gulf Coast.
Yes. It was like a tiny school. Like
and they just dunked on everyone.
Yeah. It's fun to watch. I do enjoy it. But I feel like when you get down to the Elite Eight, going to the Final Four, I want my big name.
It might hurt viewership, like actual viewership. But I'm just talking about your. I'm not. Hang on. Well, I know you're just shaking your head. I'm just talking about for your enjoyment alone, Smythe.
I know. Yeah, no.
You want the big names. You still want the big names.
For me, I love to know and see and say, okay, these are the star players in college. These are playing for the championship. It's just interesting for me to see those guys go head to head. So when we have a relative no name going up against, it's not. I don't get up for that.
Just flip that on you.
Yeah.
Most of these big schools like Kentucky, North Carolina, Duke, all these guys only have one and dones, right?
Yeah.
So you're just cheering for them based on the fact that they're a big name team, but you don't care about the players, right?
No, I care about the players. That's what I'm saying.
You don't. They're only one and done. So how can you get attached to them for 4 games?
They're high school All-Americans. Then they come in there. They're conference All-Americans. And then they are All-Americans. And then I want to see those guys play each other.
So look at the mock draft coming up this year and tell me how many guys in the top 5 are still in this tournament.
I couldn't tell you because I never actually looked at it. I never looked at it, so I can't tell you.
DeAndre Ayton's out, and he's from Arizona.
Yeah.
Bamba from Texas is gone. You know what I mean? Like, so if you're by your theory, you're saying that you want to watch those high-profile players, but they're not in it anymore.
I know.
I'm trying to understand what your
theory is. This is the
is.
thing about all the upsets happening. I'm saying is that we're losing a chance to see these guys compete against each other for the national championship.
But we're going to see them for the next 15 years in the NBA.
I know, but that's your ploy. But
I don't know if that actually matters because guys who like Kyrie Irving.
It doesn't matter.
Kyrie didn't play. He didn't
even play in a tournament, and he's like one of the better players in the league. Like I don't think that really matters. But I do understand what you're talking about, though.
Yeah.
For viewership, for eyeballs, and maybe for your own enjoyment. You just want guys you know, so you can look at the TV and go, "Oh, that guy I know running up and down the court. He just scored. I know him. He's going to go to the NBA, or he's going to go to the league, or he's got a chance to go to the league. Oh, that Kentucky going up and down. I know that team. I know that logo.
Think of your favorite college runs ever.
Yeah.
Who are the guys you liked watching those?
I liked watching the year Wichita State went deep with Fred VanVleet and Ron Baker.
Yeah.
And, like, they're seniors that year, right? So, like, do you think Fred VanVleet would be in the NBA now if it wasn't for his, like, push? And certain guys, too, right, get that senior year push.
Yeah.
Who somehow get drafted on, like, mid-major teams. I think that's big for some of those players' careers. Look at Hayward, went to Butler.
Yeah.
You think he would have got as high as praise?
This tournament is built off upsets. Like, that's a whole
thing they sell you on.
But historically, it's probably the bigger name schools that you're talking about. There.
Yeah. Well, like, if I think about college runs I liked Fab 5 Michigan, obviously.
But they didn't win.
That was a good run.
Yeah, but they went far, though.
Yeah. They did well in the regular season.
Westbrook, Kevin Love,
Chris Webber,
UCLA.
Yeah.
I liked watching, obviously, Melo at Syracuse. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
the UNC teams, Duke teams. Like, I just like, who's that kid at Duke right now? Grayson? The bad guy? The villain?
Yeah,
Grayson Allen. He's not going to go pro, I don't think.
He'll get drafted this year.
Think so?
Yeah.
Second round?
Probably.
He'll find a niche somewhere.
He's my favorite player in the tournament right now. He's a senior, a 5-year senior, if I'm not mistaken.
Dan Wilder.
Right? but that's the guy I would love to see him win the championship this year, and just because I just like watching him. Everyone hates him too.
I like him.
It's also fun.
Now the actual of all these upsets, what do you think that's due to?
The shooting.
Shooting? You think it's the shooting?
It's hard.
Catching a hot streak.
It's harder to stop hot shooting. It's way harder.
It seems like this year more than most, like you're seeing a lot more upsets. You're seeing a lot more higher seeds going out.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to pinpoint, or if it could just be an anomaly this year, or is actual. So you guys think it's actually a shooting?
Every team has a 6'7" to 6'9" just knockdown shooters.
Well,
right?
And also gone are the days where, like you said, the high profile teams getting like 12 guys deep.
Yeah.
These guys are now like, oh, I can't start on this team. I'm going to this school.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more stars spread out.
Well, there was 1 year in Kentucky had 8 guys who were like going to the NBA the next year.
Yeah. Well,
Wasn't
that's
like 2-3
the NBA factor.
It was like the Anthony Davis year, I believe.
Yeah.
But they don't pay anybody. Like, come on.
No, but he sells, which is kind of funny. He sells on the fact that yes, if you come to our program,
You're going to play NBA style.
You're going to lead
offense.
And it was funny. He just came out the other day saying that that we need to safeguard against our education for these players. I don't need that from you, Shesky. I don't need that from you. So that's tournament. Who do you guys seeing winning this now? Like going forward? Duke. Which is you have Smythe. You got any?
Duke or Nova?
I still am riding Purdue. If Virginia's out, I like Purdue. I like what they're doing. Oh wait, hold on. Syracuse as well. I know they're 11th seed,
But they're playing Duke.
but that
It's
one
be a great game tomorrow.
yeah. But that 1-2-2 zone. When we ran a zone like that in high school. It's called the 12T. So anytime the ball goes below the key width on the 3-point line, there's a double team on the outside. Everyone curves over. That's exactly what it is. You can only beat it with extra long skip passes, and when you're pressured, you can't throw the ball that far across the court. If you guys watch it, take a look at what they're doing. And they're just basically they're waiting until the ball goes below the key on the outside, whatever, and they're trapping every time and taking the ball away. It's very hard to defend against, and yeah, it would be fun to watch Grayson Allen try to break it down.
I also think one of the biggest upsets of the tournament was when Cuse beat Michigan State.
Yep.
Tom Izzo's last run in the tournament.
Great.
Everyone's like, oh, he's got to win it, right? He's got to make it far. Syracuse 11 seed, like,
Yep.
it's gonna be a great game tomorrow.
Yep.
That's a lot of rivalry right there.
All right, let's move it on to some
You
NBA.
did not make a pick.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I still got Michigan in there.
Michigan's rolling, man. They're in
Yeah, I
the
still got
lead
Michigan on. Yeah, you guys didn't pick anything from the South or West.
because my teams are gone there. Bud.
Oh, I did. They just don't. They just didn't win.
I'm cheering for Loyola. I'm like, see, this is like one of the underground stories. We just watched them beat Nevada. I'm cheering for Loyola. I still got Michigan in there. I still got Villanova. I'm with you. I like Syracuse. Texas Tech. Who would have thought?
Oh, man, President Bush took them to go all the way.
Texas
You
Tech.
mean Texas A&M?
Sorry, Texas A&M.
They're done.
All right.
Well, they lost to Michigan tonight.
They lose? Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, we were watching that. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. So Michigan moved on.
Sorry, President Bush.
But without Texas A&M, wouldn't have went this far. But anyway, that's a football school. So, yeah. Let's move on to the other basketball, NBA.
Did you see what happened today?
What?
Charlotte Hornets beat Memphis 140-79.
What?
140, yeah, to 79.
Oh my God, Memphis doesn't care anymore.
What's going on over there?
Oh, speaking of the Hornets, like last night, you see what Dwight Howard did?
Yeah, 30-30.
30-30.
You didn't play
30
today.
points, 30 rebounds.
You didn't play
A
today.
documentary?
Yeah, right?
That's the first time since the
The 90s?
50s or something? No, it was a long time.
They
It
should
was
do
almost
a
30
30
years.
for 30. Yeah,
30 for 30.
Not 30 for 30.
On 30 for 30? Yeah, they beat them by
So they
61.
had a back-to-back, and they won by 70 points almost?
Yeah, they just beat them down.
Wow.
Yo, Memphis does not care. I could see Marc Gasol just walking around like, what the hell?
There's tanking and there's what happened?
Jeez,
It's like you said like 2 weeks ago. They have players. Well,
Yep.
Like they have guys on that team. Like
No, I said they don't have any
well,
players.
I mean, two superstars, but Conley's not playing. Obviously, is he playing?
No, Conley's the
I
biggest waste of money I've ever seen in my
I wouldn't
life.
even call him a superstar. I know he gets paid like a superstar, but I wouldn't
He's
call
a
him.
player.
Yeah. Gasol didn't
He's
play
okay.
either.
I might put him on the same level as like DeRozan or Lowry.
No, come on, man.
Gasol didn't play. Chandler Parsons didn't play.
Chandler Parsons, please.
Chandler Parsons making $22 million a year, 8 points a game.
Memphis has been robbed. That's all I'm saying.
What? Sorry, injuries going there?
In terms of the salaries they paid and what they're getting back for it, robbed.
Well, they didn't have to sign that.
I know.
They could have said they had some Chandler Parsons.
That's
no, thank you.
$67 million in salary.
Nobody wanted to give Chandler Parsons that much.
Well,
money.
no one wanted to give Conley that kind of money either.
Oh, they did.
It's ridiculous.
They did.
That's a franchise mistake.
Well, he's their quote unquote franchise player. The way the NBA works is most sports is because since you don't have players and you either go with the guy you have just to keep your team together, and that's how a lot of these guys actually get paid. It's basically timing and stuff like that. They gave him that money just to keep their team together because you're slotted to have two players you can pay that much money. But in the long run, when you actually do that, it turns out to be a mistake.
Yep.
For all sports, you see it on all sports. So we got Kevin Love back on the Cavs, but Tyronn Lue left. Shortens of breath, can't breathe, can't sleep.
What does that sound like to you guys?
Steve Clifford?
Me?
No. Doesn't that sound a little like anxiety?
Yeah, it's probably anxiety. It happened to Steve Clifford. I think Steve Clifford, the coach of the Hornets, happened to him, but he's like 10 years older. He had to step away for like 3 months.
Yeah.
The notion, and maybe the media just glorifies this or whatever, the notion that coaches, they're in at 6 a.m. and they leave at midnight and they're back in, they do it every day and blah, blah, blah. It's nice. I guess it's cute to say, but it's
concept.
actually the worst thing you can do. And that's probably what's happening to Tyronn Lue. Like I can imagine being under the Cavs and coaching LeBron and all the media is just watching you 24/7. That would get me stressed out too.
Yeah, but he's been doing this for 2 years now.
They also had a tumultuous season where they're not playing well. They trade away a ton of players. Like it's been a tough year. I think it's taking a toll mentally as well. But do they need a coach? The answer is no. I can coach the Cavs tomorrow.
Do any NBA teams need a coach?
Some teams do. This team does not.
Yeah, they do need a coach, but like
What does
that's
a
a
coach
different
do?
team.
Yeah.
What does a coach do in an NBA game?
Coaches, people.
Think of what Mike D'Antoni did in Houston. He changed the way they play.
Like behind the scenes, I don't know what they do. I will admit that. I'll say that for every sport. Behind the scenes,
That might be the biggest part.
but during the game,
Oh, during the game, I don't.
you're not
think
doing
so.
anything.
Hey, you go in. You sit down. Okay.
Yeah, you sit down. You go
Hey
in.
guys,
And
run
LeBron's-
the XY play that we want to
Like,
run.
and LeBron goes in and out by himself. Like it's like, yeah, what do you actually do?
Yeah.
They might run some plays at the end of the game, but again, in Phil Jackson's book, he actually wrote all those. He said all those ISO plays that Kobe Bryant was running. He didn't want him to do that. He had plays run up, and it's Kobe Bryant just took the ball and just did whatever he wanted.
He drew up an immaculate play, and then Kobe shoots a three.
Yes.
And he took all the credit for it.
Coaching,
Yes.
yeah.
So that's that. So me and you, Smythe, we went to a bar and watched the Cavs and Raptors
Yeah.
last night. Raptors had the lead going into the half, coming out of the half, and they had a 1 point lead going into the fourth, but they just let the Cavs back in. Did they get shocked back into reality?
No,
the Raptors.
It's just a loss. I don't understand. Like, here's my thing. Teams don't go 82-0. So
No, they don't.
when you don't pull a game, the Raptors on a back-to-back, their third game in 4 nights, and their like 9th game in like 12. It's something ridiculous in terms of the schedule. They've been trying to rest players to keep them healthy. And like you don't win a shootout against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are still a very capable basketball team, now with their second All-Star back. I'm not going to be like, oh, they drop back to reality. Like, do you want these guys just to not lose a game down the stretch? I don't know.
No, but wouldn't you agree that game is... I hate doing this because it's what psychologically
Right?
was that important to win?
No.
No, nothing at all. Who else?
There's two things. It wasn't important to win, but it also it made me realize, and maybe I'm like late to jump on this, but there must be a mental block in the Raptors' head now, because they, whenever they play LeBron James in the series or anyone for that matter, there must be something in their head is like, how do we beat this guy? Like when he wants to win, how do you beat that guy?
Yeah. They beat him by 31
points. I know, but did they beat him?
Yeah, he was there.
I know, but
he was in the game. He had 25 and 7 assists.
Wasn't Kevin Love out the game?
No, Kevin Love played that game.
The
Raptors were without Kyle Lowry in January 11th.
If you play that man in a 7-game series,
it's hard.
He is the team.
He's the greatest player in this league.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Arguably ever.
But what did he have? 17 assists last night?
Yeah, 0 turnovers, 35 points. He completely bludgeoned them. They did not attempt to stop him from scoring.
And so
OG couldn't, and Powell couldn't either.
I thought Siakam did all right against him.
Siakam played him very well. I think OG Anunoby's hurt.
He was hurt.
He should not be playing.
But Siakam should play against him.
Yeah.
But, he's still the best player ever.
Yeah.
And, right now.
Best player ever right now.
But, best player ever right now.
But, there has to be a thought in the Raptors' head. Everyone that's playing against him, what do you want me to do? I can't do anything against this guy.
It might be in there. I looking at that game, I'm like, yeah, you got... Because,
they were up by 15.
No, they were.
Yeah.
Because I keep screaming this for, maybe... I keep talking about this. For every time the game gets tight or it's late, all they do is ISO DeRozan.
You go back to ISO ball.
All they do is ISO DeRozan, ISO DeRozan, ISO DeRozan. And the Cavs, they picked up on that. Every time they did a pick at the top of the key, 2 guys would run out of DeRozan. And then it seemed like everyone was frozen. It's like, okay, what do we do now? They had no idea what to do.
From 3 years ago, I think the Cleveland Cavaliers do their homework on the Raptors very well. They understand they don't let that top screen switch happen
because they know they're a threat, right?
Right, and they also double DeRozan when he drops below that same key we talked about because they know he likes to go to the basket, right? So DeRozan has a high scoring average against the Raptors. He also takes against the Cavs. He also takes a lot of shots because it's harder for him to score those points. And that game yesterday, the Raptors did nothing wrong. It was a high scoring game.
In my opinion, they did.
Between two teams. Now, the only problem the Raptors have is that if you give a team open shots and eventually they start falling, you're going to be in trouble. The Cavs shot 11 of 19 from 3. Unprecedented. They can't do that 7 times in a 7-game series.
Yeah.
Not this team.
Didn't after the first quarter, the Cavs were shooting 77%?
Yeah.
Something like that.
The Raptors were shooting. The Raptors shooting the same thing, but 11 for 19 from 3 when the Raps shot on 50%. But this is the average of the league is what 30-something%. So if you're hitting 60% of your 3-point shots, you know something's wrong. They took way too many open ones.
In the grand scheme of things, I don't think this game means that much on a surface.
But
mentally, I think the Raptors, this will stick with them because they're going to be like, how do we beat this guy? When it comes down to it and LeBron wants to, you're screwed. It doesn't matter who you are, who's going against them. That guy beat the Cavs by himself, pretty much, right? I don't care who's on his team. You can put anyone around him.
Yeah. He is the Cavs by himself.
The guy's been in the finals 7 straight years. There's a reason why.
8, but yeah, you're right.
Because when he wants to, he can. And when the playoffs come around, he's even more of a different beast. And it's scary, man. And I think that gets in the Raptors' head. And they're like, what can we do? Looking at each other, what are we going to do?
What I don't like about that exact rhetoric is we just killed them last time we played this team.
I know.
But now we're getting closer to the playoffs. And
no, I don't think it's that. I just think, if you leave that opening for him, you're done.
I don't know. I just feel like now they're even. I don't know. They play again, I think. And then
one more time they play.
They can settle the tiebreaker if they want to.
It doesn't mean anything until
at the end of the day, I think the 2 best teams in the Eastern Conference played, and one of the teams won.
Yeah, so you don't subscribe to that there's some kind of mental block there.
No.
Hit your power button.
I think even more so, I think they know they can beat
on the controller.
So Wells is directing him how to use his
traffic. My new toy.
How to use his PlayStation.
On the controller.
Giannis got hurt last night, so it's a bit scary, but he seems like he'll be back.
My boy. Yeah. Get well, buddy. We're playing in the first round.
Wells' son.
You still think he's MVP, Wells?
No, obviously not.
Good.
But he is an MVP caliber player.
Sure.
And without that guy, they're not.
They suck.
He'll be top 3.
You know what? I like the Bucks. I think they're a good team moving forward.
They got a lot of holes.
You think he'll be top 3?
In what?
MVP boy?
Harden,
LeBron.
Davis.
Oh, Davis, okay.
Harden, Davis, Westbrook, LeBron.
I don't think Westbrook either.
Maybe DeRozan.
DeRozan should be up there. He's not.
No, he's number 7 in the power rankings on ESPN.
Yeah, it doesn't mean MVP voting though.
Yeah, it's a huge testament though.
No, it's power rankings are power rankings. They don't mean anything.
Unless there are top 5.
Giannis might be in there. He might be top 5.
Maybe.
Yeah, top 5 is more reasonable.
Yeah, he might be in there. Anything else in the NBA that stood out to you guys?
Portland just lost. They had a 13-game win streak and they just lost to Houston.
No, everyone loses to Houston.
Portland, that Dame. I'm gonna keep saying it, man. That guy's a bad man. That guy's a bad man. Leafs to score again. Oh man, 4-1.
Love those guys. I don't know. The West is looking pretty interesting. I saw something today about Kawhi Leonard. The Spurs had a players-only meeting where they urged Kawhi to return.
And he said there's a good reason why I'm not playing.
Yeah, true or false?
So, and again, that's just a rumor. So no one knows it's for true. Just a rumor. But
I like that you know all the rumors too.
Yeah. Rumor mill has it.
But that's weird. That's weird. Apparently he can play. Apparently he's allowed to play. He just doesn't want to.
Yep.
So.
And you imagine you're playing a player who refuses to play. It's unbelievable.
I wouldn't want him on my team.
Right?
I'm sorry. I'm like, if you don't want to play, then leave. Like,
now,
why do you think he doesn't want to play?
To be honest,
I think your shoe contract thing.
I was going to say I think he's been told to play somewhere else.
I think he has his own plan, and I don't think it involves the Spurs. So he doesn't want to come back and just get hurt. I think yeah.
So I thoroughly believe he demands a trade in this offseason. And what are you going to get for Kawhi Leonard?
Well, his contract's up now, isn't it? I think his contract's up this year.
Gonna say no.
What are you gonna get for Kawhi Leonard? A max. He's a top 3 player.
Yeah, but if a guy wants out, you already know you don't get top dollar for him.
Oh, he's gonna get the most dollars.
A guy at his caliber,
he can't get that. No, wait, he's not available for that super max, but he's still gonna get that. He's still gonna get that 4-year deal, I think, without
4-year max deal, whatever.
Yeah, 4-year max deal.
But I don't think he's a free agent.
I don't know if his contract up. You can keep talking. I'll look it up.
I hate when these guys demand trades. You screw franchises over with it. If I were the Spurs, I wouldn't be worried about the playoffs this year.
Well, whose fault is that? That's the organization's fault.
Yeah, well, it is. Whatever.
You didn't put something around me as quote unquote the player for me to want to stay here. So that's your fault.
What else were they gonna do, man?
That's a good team, though. That's a good basketball team. With Kawhi Leonard,
they got Aldridge a couple years ago.
I understand.
They still got Tony Parker, Gino Billy, like.
Gino Billy.
Yeah, that's how I call him.
All right.
I think that's how it's actually pronounced.
That team is not good enough to win a championship, though, obviously. But with Kawhi, they might be. They can have a good run.
They can have runs. Can they beat Golden State? Can they beat Houston?
They could beat Golden State, I think, but I don't know if it would happen. But I think they'd have enough talent to do it. But what happens? What do the Spurs do now?
I don't know.
They'll find a way.
They're going straight to the lottery. I would not make the playoffs with this team. I'd shut it down.
Shut it down.
Gordon Ramsay style. Shut it down.
I'd start Parker and Ginobili for the rest of the season and just let it go.
Cool. Oh shoot! Why did that pop up? I just got a stupid pop up. Sorry.
Doing play-by-play of his computer.
Yeah.
Pop up keeps popping up. Sorry, I'm trying to find Kawhi here. Kawhi's up in 2019.
Yeah, he's got another year. So I think he's going to want out.
He has an option. He has a player's option though. He has a player's option for that year, so he can opt out if he wants to.
Yeah, next year's the last year.
Yeah, next year's last year.
He'll opt out the year after. No one doesn't opt out. That never happens.
No, players sometimes they don't opt out because when they know they're not going to get.
Dwayne Wade opted in.
Yeah, when they know they're not going to get that money for the next year. But anyway, MLB.
What up?
Let's go some baseball things.
Baseball. So baseball starts 1 week today, guys.
Yeah. Ooh. And Wells will be there at the home opener, taking pictures and all that kind of stuff. So, big talk of the last couple years is trying to speed up the game. Now, they're trying a few things in the minors, correct? Oh, Wells?
They always do.
Yeah. Sorry, fill us in on a couple of things that they're trying to do in the minors because I'm not privy to all of it.
You tell me, man. This is your segment.
This is. I'm asking you the rules that they're trying to do in the minor leagues.
Stuff that they've done in the minors that have come up to the majors is pitch time limit in between pitches for pitchers. Holy cow, that's like a tongue twister. And so they did 30 seconds in between pitches, which still gets a leeway. That's implemented now in baseball.
Yeah.
And the minors are doing 20 seconds now.
Now is that, and also the pitch clock, I think, too?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Oh,
pitch clock, 20 seconds between pitches.
Keeping 1 foot in the batter's box for batters.
Whatever.
That didn't seem to last. Like I knew that was in the major leagues. That nobody enforced that.
This whole speeding the game up. What are you doing? Like, why? What do you need to speed the game up for? Baseball is a game for the reason why it is, right? Like, it's not meant to be a fast-paced game. Like, closing the game down 10 minutes a game, is that really gonna make more people watch it?
I do hate that. Like if you're not going to make a serious dent in the time of the game,
the stupidest rule they implemented was taking like chance out of the game is when they did the whole intentional walk, where you just say, "Yeah, we're going to walk him," as opposed to
throwing the 4
pitcher
pitches.
actually throwing 4 pitches, and maybe one time he throws it away. Like, I don't understand why that was even like.
Well, how often did it happen when they threw it away? How often it would?
It happened. I don't have the information.
My
on
favorite hit in baseball history was a guy went for a pitch out like
Miguel
that.
Cabrera's done.
Yes, and he steps in the box and swats the ball.
And that's the thing. Is you're taking away the human element.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, we just want to walk him. And they're saying that's going to save time in the game. How often do you see people get intentionally walked? It only happens in games where, like, okay, we don't want to face this guy, so we're going to walk him.
How long does it take? 30 seconds?
Maybe 30 seconds, maybe a minute.
Maybe a minute.
Right? Like, I'm like, you're
and
not.
They're just like, okay, you get first base.
You're going to shave a game from 3 hours and 50 minutes to 3 hours.
Yeah. But like, it's not always. Okay, the pitch count thing I can understand.
Yeah.
What they need to do, and which I think would help, is limiting the amount of times the catcher can go up to the mound and talk to them.
In the manager, too. Manager as well.
Well, the manager, you can only go. Okay, if a pitching coach goes up to the mound once, the next time someone goes up to the mound, that pitcher has to get yanked.
Yeah.
So you can only have it once an inning, right? Twice if you want to yank him.
Yeah.
But like for catchers, they can go whenever they want, and they don't address this. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But that's an easy point.
That's one thing.
The stress involved in whatever.
That thing I do agree with you on that, Wells. The batter, every pitch steps back, adjust his gloves, adjust his hat, adjust his cup.
Do you remember David Ortiz would do that? Omar Garcia Parra used to do that whole thing.
His pads, his gloves.
Derek Jeter would do the same thing, and it's like a Kevin Youkilis. All these guys would do, and it's always on these high profile teams.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they have to like do the scene, but like I don't think that's slowing down the game.
Not that much.
Now, if you notice a pitcher is quick pitching you or trying to rush you, you should be able to take a second, keep 1 foot out of the box, and be like, okay, let me get back into
get myself together.
Yeah, exactly. That should be allowed.
Here's the thing: how short do you want these games to be? A game's 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Well,
right now.
No, in the 90s, or 2:30, I think.
Yeah, that was before commercials. Now there's a commercial.
Exactly.
And you just hit the nail on the head.
You can't change that. So
why are these games going 3 hours?
Yeah,
because in the 90s, commercials were a minute.
Yeah.
Now they're 2 minutes.
But you can't get rid of that. So with that aside, you're going to do all these changes to shave 15 minutes off this game.
You're screwing with the integrity of the game.
And nobody
that's lasted
cares.
for over 100 years and has worked very fine.
The 50,000 people in the stadiums don't want their 15 minutes back. They're there to watch the game. And they leave if they're not. That's how baseball works.
Now, do you like any of these new rules that they're coming up with, Smythe?
To be honest, I don't care for them. Again, because you're not shaving enough time for it to be an impact.
No, but do you care? Like, just visually, you looking at the game, do you like, hey, that rule's good, I like that?
But you know what you're getting into.
I understand that, but I'm just asking.
I don't like
keeping the batter, the foot in the box.
No, I'm not saying that.
The pitch clock.
I would rather because the game is what it is. I'd rather see everyone at their best all the time. So if you need a few seconds to collect yourself before that next pitch happens,
for sure,
I need you to do that so I can see the best of what you can do. Remember, baseball is not a game. There's not the fastest guy. It's the guy that's the most mentally ready for what they think is coming. So if you need time to prepare for that, I'm willing to watch that happen.
One of the stupidest rules I saw was the extra inning one, where they're going to start.
When they start
going to extra innings, there's a runner going to start on second.
Stupid.
That's insane.
Stupid. It's taking away the integrity of the game. But you guys nailed it on the head. If you look at the average time for a spring training game, which isn't enforced by commercials, the games go by 2 minutes 30, 2 minutes 20 seconds.
2 hours.
2 hours, right? And it's. Again, I understand how integral these commercials are to the game, but like that's your source. That's why things are so long. It wasn't always that way.
They're not. The commercials aren't going anywhere. They should just leave it alone.
No, because they're not taking that away. There's one thing there's one thing they don't address, and I don't understand this. So when a relief pitcher comes in, what does a relief pitcher do? They're called and they start warming up. warm up.
And they get to the mound and they start throwing.
And then when they come out, what do? They warm up again.
I don't understand it either. I don't see why a reliever has to throw 40 pitches before he gets on the mound.
Well, you're warming up. It's like stretching or whatever. I get that, but you're in the bullpen doing that. You don't have to come out and do it again.
Yeah, you should run out. They play your song. You stand on the mound. You take 2 pitches, and then you start playing.
The foot in the batter's box. I like that. I don't want you to see you adjust 50 times. Just step back, think, come back in. I don't see.
It's like we're digging for something, anything.
To save 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Here
and there.
Yeah, I hear people say like the average age of baseball is like 50. I think it's like that or something like that.
What?
Yeah, it's about 50.
Watcher?
Yeah.
A person watch it?
Yeah.
At home.
No, even in the stadium. It's like 50. That's not a problem in Toronto.
No.
Even when the Blue Jays had that awful blue and gray logo, that new logo they popped up.
Yeah.
Well, it's me and you be going down to games. I'd be going down to games to everyone. And we usually sit in the outfield where all the quote-unquote younger people sit. There's tons of people under 30, under 25. There's tons of people.
Yeah.
And women. Groups of women would go to Blue Jays games.
Yeah,
and it's younger women. So that whole problem that the rest of the league has, we don't have that in Toronto. We actually have actual baseball fans.
I don't know if their issue is people going to the games or watching the games on TV.
Yeah.
Right? Watching games on TV, I don't think you'd find the same crowd.
Probably, maybe
women.
not. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I feel like
the fan base,
especially in Toronto, more people are willing to go to a game and have a good time as opposed to watching the game at a bar or whatever.
You're probably right.
Baseball's the one sport. Everyone can afford to go to a game. You forget about that. Of all the sports, it's by far the cheapest to get in.
In Toronto, it's what, $15 to get into the game?
Yeah.
Hockey, I don't even know how much to get in the game.
Let's not even go there.
And basketball, $40 to get into the game?
No, it's more now.
Now it's
really?
Now that team's successful in Toronto, it's like,
bro.
you're looking at like 60.
Yeah.
To sit up top?
Yeah.
Well, no wonder I don't go.
Yeah.
That's the way it is, man.
$60 to get in.
But that's also a product of the team's doing very well, so people want to see
it's
them.
their product. They
Supply and demand, right?
And there's also less seats, right? If there were 50,000 seats for a Raps game, tickets would be $10.
You think
They
wouldn't charge the same price?
No, they wouldn't.
100% they would.
They would try, but you wouldn't get the same. Just more people can fit in there, so to get more people in that stadium, you gotta remember when the Raptors used to play at
Stadium?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was $15.
I was there.
It was terrible, man.
Yeah.
Oh, when I was up top, it was horrible. I couldn't see it.
Dude, I watched Michael Jordan play for the first time at the 500 level. It was incredible.
I want to say I was at the very first game, but then
Who scored the first point?
I can't remember. I was like watching.
Come on.
I think they
Do you
played
know?
Washington. No.
Thomas Robertson?
You're kind of
Oscar Robertson? No.
Alvin
Robertson. Yes.
Robinson.
Robinson. Okay.
Oscar Robertson.
Yeah. Not him. Okay. Alvin.
I'll give you a half point for there because you were on the right path.
Yeah. So speeding up the game, and the thing about speeding up the game, I don't hear fans scream with this. I don't know who's talking.
But that's also the thing is fans don't care because they like the integrity of the game.
Yeah.
It's casual fans, if anything, would be like, oh, how can we speed this up? But like, if you're gonna watch baseball, you're gonna watch baseball. If you're gonna go to the game, you're gonna go to the game. Like, you don't need it to speed up.
Once fans start leaving a tied game in the 9th inning because it's too long, then you have an issue.
Well, they'll leave a. Remember that Miami playoff game where they came back? Fans left there too.
Yeah.
Like they're just.
Well, that's different. They thought the game was over.
But I think
I love that.
That was fun. That was fun. People were knocking trying to get back in. That was hilarious. That happened to me once too. I can't remember which game it was. That happened to me too. It was a good comeback and I left early. I was like, oh well, that was a mistake.
Damn it.
I think it is TV executives are looking and seeing the ratings aren't as high as it used to be. So they're saying to themselves, oh, millennials aren't watching our game.
Their attention span's too short.
Because millennials have no attention span and they don't like to watch anything. Which is just, I don't buy into that at all. So they're saying, yes, there must be a problem with our game. So, but the people who are watching your game, there's no problem. I don't see a problem. I don't, and you know more baseball people than I do. Wells, and none of them are screaming, speed up the game.
Well, that's different genre, like a group of fans, right? Like baseball fans don't care. They actually care more if you take less out of the game, more of the game, right? Like if you screw with, like if I had to watch a playoff game where it was decided because someone got a guy on base in an extra inning. Like
they said in the playoffs that would happen. Yeah, they said in the playoffs that would happen.
Then why are you doing it? Like, okay, so what if it happens
testing
to,
here?
What if it happens to you need to win your last game of the regular season to make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Then it's okay. Like, no, it's the same sort of mentality. It's a playoff type game, right?
Well, they said they wouldn't do it in the playoffs, and basically it's a gimmick. It's kind of like what the NHL does when they do it at 3-on-3, but they don't do it in the playoffs. So I'm like, why? If you're not going to do it in the playoffs, why are you doing it in the regular season? I don't understand. But yeah, the game's fine. Just leave it alone.
Yeah, I've been saying that for a while.
Yeah, there are some things you can maybe shorten it up, but other than that, it's never going to go back to that 2 hours 30 minutes. Because
it could. It just you got to take it out of your.
Take the commercials.
Yeah,
no one's going to do
it's
that.
a very easy
Like,
problem.
you look at the average time of the spring training game. Like I said,
yep,
those games go by quick.
If you
I do have fixes for commercials. Like you can have because you've seen it in sporting events before when they have a box that pops up at the top or the bottom or whatever, and it shows a commercial.
Oh my god!
Or
It's like I didn't know I was watching porn where everything's clicking up and like popping up during watching the game.
Or you have a crawl that goes across the screen. Well, that's a good way to take out the commercials too.
That's just more revenue, but they do that plus run the same commercials.
They probably will. They probably will. Yeah, right? It's like, oh, we can get this much money for doing that.
We get more.
Okay,
money?
we're still going to run the same. Yeah, that's never going to go away. These guys and their greed. I'm going to call that greed because
totally
they're making a lot of money and they want more money on top.
If you want to shorten the game, make them 7 innings. Problem solved.
See, again, you're screwing the game. Like you're wrecking the integrity of the game.
Well, just make it short. That would change. That would fix your problem. You can have everything else you want in the game.
No, don't. And then what? They should make basketball 2 halves instead of 4 quarters.
Yeah, if they want to shorten the length of NBA games, I'm saying it's an easy solution. But
I was actually
they don't,
thinking about that with the game. Yeah, I don't think I want 7 innings.
No,
I was like, how good would the game be with 7 innings? But like, not.
I don't want a 2.5 hour baseball game. I want to see it in its glory.
You just want you just want a baseball game.
I want the best plays, like you said, best players, best like their state of mind, not rushing, just playing the game the way it should be. That's how that's how it is. How they brought into the game. It's the way it should be.
I feel like you're very passionate about baseball.
Yes, this is fair sport.
It's yeah. I play it. I still play it. I'm 35 and I still play that
game. J Happ will be the open day starter. Excited?
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Well, I mean,
I was listening to Sportsnet. I was watching Sportsnet when they announced this, and then they raised the rotation, and he was like, he takes it like, oh, the organization really believes in me. They stick with me and stuff like that. I'm like, no, this is circumstance, dude. Like,
Stroman's not available. I don't understand.
Stroman's not available.
Yeah,
Stroman's fine. They just I get what they're doing.
It's just circumstance. That's why Happ's starting. It's circumstance.
I would have personally gone with Estrada. I think Happ against that righty stacked lineup is going to be kind of tough. Whereas Estrada, he could either get rocked or he could pitch a gem, and that's every start that he has. Yeah, right. But like, people are looking way too much into it, thinking like, okay, well now J Happ is our ace, right? But like,
he's not.
No, and it's not. I'm not taking away from him. He's been a very good pitcher since he came back here.
Are we skipping Stroman's start, or is Stroman going to start?
He's the 4th starter.
He's 4.
Which just means he's pitching.
And Sanchez is second.
Well, he's starting the second series. Sorry, the first.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
And like they have a day off, so it's like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh, sorry, he's pitching on the Sunday. Right. So like he's still pitching in the series, but like, people get so caught up in this home opener thing, and he's starting the season as this, and it is what it is, man. Like, just you're only a 5th starter for one rotation, really, right? Like, people get hurt, people get called up, people do well. There's off days where they move and shift the rotation. It's just for the first 5 games they're having it this way, and then after that, you don't care.
Yeah, I already don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I got nothing against J Happ. He's a good pitcher.
No, he's not. But to say that
it's also a contract year for him, so maybe he has a bigger year.
Yeah, well, it's nice. It's nice that he gets the oopening day start.
That's his first ever. Good for him.
Are they is it protecting Stroman, or is he just not?
Yeah,
he's not well.
Yes.
If he didn't have that issue with his shoulder, he probably wouldn't stop starting the opening.
Well, he's our best pitcher. Right?
Estrada,
Sanchez.
No, Sanchez
if Stroman and Sanchez are both at their peak, I would take Sanchez over Stroman.
Oh, Sanchez is,
but it's also comparing like 2 thoroughbreds. Like they're really good at what they do.
Yeah.
No, but Sanchez is filthy. Is a prototypical pitcher.
They both are.
Well, Stroman's short. shorter.
But like he's still good.
No, I know. He's good.
No,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about.
That's legit.
It is legit.
That's why that guy has so much.
Yeah.
Like
that's the reason why
chip on his shoulder, right? Like because he's a short dude, but the way he pitches, he's awesome.
I enjoy my punch-out pitchers, and I feel like Stroman's a punch-out.
But that's like a lost art now in the game.
Yeah.
Right? Now the sexy stat is ground balls and weak contact. And Stroman does that because he keeps you guessing and he throws pitches that make you not hit the ball very hard or soft or to a player.
Yeah.
Sanchez is 6'4". Marcus Stroman is 5'8".
I know. They're complete opposite pitchers. But, you know, like, that's just the way. Also, I like having Sanchez pitch and then Estrada pitch because you have one guy who throws like 97 and then Estrada comes in and he can hit you with his changeup that's like 75.
Yeah.
So it's a good balance.
I always like teams that have that, like totally different pitchers from day to day.
Yeah.
It throws off the other team.
What I don't
Stroman, Hap, Sanchez.
What's that?
Use the rotation.
The regular.
The rotation is Hap, Sanchez, Estrada, Stroman, Garcia. What I don't like is they have Garcia and Hap going back to back to both lefties,
which is not intended. They wouldn't have had that if they had.
Well, I mean,
yeah, they might have put Hap because like you're saying because of the circumstance. They might have had Stroman first.
Stroman,
Sanchez,
Hap is
lefty. Why didn't they put Sanchez first?
Then you go.
I don't know. Why didn't they put Sanchez first?
Then you go Sanchez and you go Estrada, which is again, like you said, speed difference.
I like that.
Then you have a second lefty. Then you go back to Stroman.
To have two lefties go back to back against like a certain lineup, like that means that lineup they don't change. Two games in a row.
They'll pitch this 5 the first time. Maybe Stroman will miss his second start, and then he'll go to the top of the order. And then
I know.
It makes sense.
Well, that's what I was saying. They'll always change
it.
It. But like to have two lefties go back to back.
No, I think they want to get away from that.
That lineup that they face means they'll throw the same lineup back to back, which you get better eyesight.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't like, I don't know what you think about this, was Biagini in the minors.
I like it.
I thought it would be even better in the bullpen.
I like him in the bullpen, but right now you have a good bullpen coming in. A lot of veterans.
Mm-hmm. You can always call him up.
And that's
you can.
He has another one of the most important things in baseball is a player who has options.
Yep.
So you can send him to the minors, and if someone gets hurt, you can call him back up. And if you put him in the minors as a starter, it means he has more flexibility, which means he can pitch long innings in relief. Or if Stroman does get hurt, or Sanchez blister pops up again, you can bring him back up, and he's battle tested. He's got the longevity, the stamina to go longer. So I'm not against that, and it has the options. So why not?
I don't like him.
Who?
I don't. Biagini, I don't like him starting games. Right?
No, he was
terrible last year. He was a fifth starter, and he was like, no.
So I don't understand.
Really and truly, what was his record last year? Do you remember?
3-11, but that's.
But I don't know why people want make a big deal about the fifth starter having
if they're fifth starter.
If they're 500, that's fantastic.
Exactly.
If they're 500,
if they're 500, you're fantastic.
You're a playoff team.
Having a losing record for a fifth starter, I'm like, whatever.
But he just didn't.
But the record is a very bad way to judge a pitcher, right?
Yeah, it's very antiquated.
I mean, Felix Hernandez won a Cy Young one year. He was 12-11.
Yeah,
it's not his fault. His team didn't win more games for him.
Yeah.
He just pitched really well,
run support or whatever.
Exactly.
But Biagini was allowing 5 runs.
He started off really well as a starter, but you could tell stamina lost because he's not used to pitching 150 innings a year, right? Yeah. And he was a reliever for the first few years that we had him. So to stretch him out, that's fine. He becomes more useful when you do call him up, which he will. He'll be there in the team.
Long-term relief, you think, if he was a long-term reliever?
I thought when he was a reliever for us, he was amazing.
Right.
How many relievers have 5 different pitches? Not very many.
No.
So to keep and you could bring him in because now the big sexy thing is guys who relievers come in for 2 or 3 innings like Andrew Miller, right?
Well, 6-7, right? And you set up closer.
Yeah. So, which is I think sometimes having a guy come in the 6th and 7th inning is more valuable.
Yep.
Than coming in the 9th.
Yep.
The save is also a misguided stat. But I mean, we can get into this stuff another time.
No.
Can you tell me what the hell you're doing all summer? All winter, and you come into spring training and you automatically get hurt. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm talking about Tulo.
I don't think they play baseball. So these guys just don't work out off season. The Shaq rule, right? You play on the company's dollar and the company's time. So when it's time for you to work, you go work. And if you get hurt while you're working because you didn't keep your body in shape over the off season, whatever. The team's paying for you, right?
To me, Tulo, he's just. I wouldn't even count on him being in the lineup.
Well, they don't anymore.
We won't see him until May or June.
Yeah. I don't even count on this guy being in the lineup. And even when he does come back, he's probably going to go out hurt again.
It's you know what? There's a reason why they made those moves for guys like Aledmus Diaz and Jan Arte is now they have players who can actually compete in MLB as opposed to guys like Ryan Goins and Darwin Barney, who were in the starting lineup last year. And I know all the people in Toronto love them because they made flashy plays or they had like brief moments and they were part of when we were good.
But look at them now.
But like now, Barney, I think is in like Texas minor league.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Goins is fighting for a roster spot on Kansas City. Like, they made good moves by getting those guys because they knew Tulowitzki is very, very fragile. He is Mr. Glass.
Yep.
And he's not who he was before. I love him when he's in the lineup and he can play decent. His defense is like no other. He's great, but
well, the rumor is he doesn't like it here.
But why would he still be here?
Well, he's on
a contract. He's on a contract. That's
getting paid $22 million a year.
That's the rumor. He doesn't like it here, and that's part of the reason why maybe he doesn't play. Like he doesn't try to fight through things. He's just like,
I'm hurt. I'm not playing.
I'm hurt. I'm sitting out.
Yeah,
and it's basically because he doesn't like it.
Sometimes paying guys sucks.
Yeah, but that's what they made that trade, and they have to line their bed. They made that bed. They have to line it, and they're trying to find ways to like adjust to that. And they made some good moves to adjust to.
You know what? I don't like that saying.
What?
You made your bed, you have to lie in it. Why would you make your bed and then lie in it?
Because when they made that trade,
he's saying literally. Why would you?
But like, so
why would you make your bed and then lie in it?
That trade
the best part was how much Wells just freaked out.
Shouldn't it be you slept in your bed, now you have to make it?
No, what you're saying is you made that bed, now you have to lie in it.
But but why would you
put yourself in that situation?
I understand what it means. Yeah, I understand what it means.
He's saying the actual terminology.
But the actual terminology of it, it's silly. Why would you make your bed and then lie in it?
Well, if you don't make your bed, then you have to lie in a crappy bed. You didn't clean the sheets. This is what you get.
I guess. But shouldn't it be you slept in a bed and now you have to make it?
You can look at that too. Sure, you can spin it that way. But like to
anyway, go on to your point.
To talk about that trade is that trade catapulted us into the team that we are, like the state of the Jays now.
Yeah,
that trade when we were down one game, like 49-50, when they made that trade. Think about what happened after that. This city became nuts for baseball. Mm-hmm. It's Tulo. We got Tulo, and then a couple days later, we traded for David Price, Ben Revere.
That was great. That was a great time. And I was one who said the Jays shouldn't have done that because they gave up too much. But
at the time, look what it's done for this. Look what it's done for this team.
It gave us our two best seasons we had, right?
Two best seasons.
Well, our two best seasons were 92 and 93.
No,
but like recently. Yeah, recently.
And then last year, for a team that wasn't even 500, we sold out. We were second best in the AL in attendance.
Well, this city loves this baseball team.
That trade,
win or lose,
made so much money for Rogers.
The country.
Yeah.
Because it gave us this team's going for it, and they gave us a bona fide superstar.
Now,
I remember sitting in my friend's house when that trade happened, and I was like, "What? Like the All-Star,
yes,
the perennial MVP." I was like, "Are you kidding me? We're going for it." And then when they got David Price, I was at work when we got David Price. I couldn't move.
Did you?
I could not move.
You left work. You just
I was useless.
In shock.
I was cooking. I was useless.
That was an exciting time.
Yeah.
That was a really exciting time.
Are you supposed to expect Tulowitzki to play over 90 games?
No, that's why they made those moves.
No, he's not. He's not going to play.
When they made those moves, they were like, if Troy Tulowitzki plays for us, it's a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're ready if he doesn't.
Yeah, pretty much. Defensively, he's kind. Like at the bat.
Defensively, he's amazing.
Yeah, defensively, he's good.
And at bat, you know what? Like, he puts up at bats.
He's okay.
He bats 240.
I know, but he puts up good at bats.
Yeah.
He makes pitchers work. You know, he can still drive the ball in the gap. He's not that old. I mean, he's like 33, 32.
Yeah. 240.
You know, okay.
I mean,
yeah. So in 2 weeks, Wells, Smythe. I think we got to fail. Do we got to fail?
Definitely got
to
fail.
So 2 weeks from today. So I will not be here next week.
Yeah.
We already talked about this.
Yeah.
We're ready to live with it.
But we're saying, because baseball talk. That's why I'm not going too deep into baseball.
2 weeks from now, we're going to tease this now. 2 weeks from now
is the super episode.
This is a mega episode. Nash will not be here, unfortunately, but we got DeFeo from the Horseplay podcast, and what we're doing is like a simul episode. Like, so it's like Horseplay 41 will be.
What word did you just use?
It's like a simulcast. Yeah, like a dual episode.
I like words.
I just made that word up.
Oh no!
So
I was gonna say it isn't a word. You're gonna repeat that, and that's not a word.
So it'll be Horseplay 41 and Team Podcast episode 25 will be the same episode.
Yeah.
And let me just tease this for you now, guys. We'll give our full MLB season preview. Okay. Mm-hmm. We'll be talking about the Masters, which will be happening that weekend. We will be talking about WrestleMania, which will be happening that weekend.
It's going to be a long episode.
Final Four is that weekend.
It's a stupid weekend for sports.
And UFC 223 features 2 title fights. That will be that weekend. So
it's going to be a long episode.
It's going to be a long...
Is this the biggest weekend in sports.
It could be. It'll be the biggest weekend of 2018.
It definitely is 2018's biggest weekend.
So far.
No, period. This is the biggest.
Will be.
The biggest
then
actual...
right around the corner, NHL and NBA is starting up.
The playoffs.
Well, that will be the last weekend of NHL.
Yep.
Going to last week of NBA. It's going to be nuts, guys, and I'm very excited. DeFeo's very excited to be on that one. He was talking to me about it today. He thought it was next week, but
you're like,
we're gonna have a mega episode.
That's why I'm not going too deep into baseball right now, because these guys are going to go into depth.
For sure.
These guys are going to go real into depth.
We'll be a week into the season by the time we do it, but like that's gonna be a juicy episode.
And Smythe's going to do all the reading up on baseball.
Right? And the Jays might already be out of the playoffs.
Well, they got New York for 4 games, so it's gonna be tough.
Let's go into some NHL. I thought you guys would help me out on this a little bit. Just consult me about the Montreal Canadiens.
I read that you had a strategy for them for next year, so
yeah, let's hear it, bud.
No, I don't have a strategy. This is my therapy session.
you don't know. I see.
This is my therapy session.
They're screwed, bud.
Yeah. At least they can't get any worse.
Give me some hope for next year. What can they do?
It can't get any worse.
Carey Price won't be hurt.
Yeah.
Could they get any of the big names? Could they get John Tavares? Could they get John Tavares?
Is he French?
Although they do, yeah. Although they don't have. Here's who they're going to get next year. Plekanec is going to go back because that was in the agreement when they traded.
Yeah.
They don't have any centers.
No, they never did. They haven't had centers for 3 years.
This is
Yeah. So they have Plekanec, but he's like a third, fourth line center. They have a legit shot at getting Tavares. I agree with you on that, and he would fit them perfectly.
Oh, he would definitely hurt.
But does he want to go there?
That's the question.
I mean, Carey Price played with him in the Olympics. Maybe he can talk to
These
them.
guys don't like moving.
I don't know why.
I don't think he's going to go back.
He's not leaving anywhere.
I don't think he's going back to New York.
Yeah, he is. He's not.
I don't know.
NHL players don't leave. NHL players.
I agree with you.
They don't like moving. They don't like selling their houses. Like, I don't know what it is.
Steven Stamkos had a mega deal in Toronto.
I know.
And he didn't go anywhere.
No.
He actually took less money that the Leafs were going to give him to stay there.
And he had like a Canadian Tire lifetime deal. Like he had it set. If
they gave him everything.
They threw everything at him.
But I'm just saying,
I guess he'll win a cup anyway.
Now you heard the owner came out and said Bergevin's going to come back for next year.
I don't understand this.
Smythe, why? Why did they bring back this GM who can't do anything?
Because he speaks the language. I told the biggest problem.
That's it,
biggest problem with this team is Franco.
We've talked about this
die.
so many times, man.
And you can't save them from their own undoing. Unfortunately,
the Habs got shut out this year a record 12 times for a franchise. 12 times, like they cannot score.
Hey,
and the reason I'm asking you guys this because I can't see it. I'm thinking John Tavares, maybe Carlson. Like, if they want to leave, I don't know why these hockey players don't team up and go, hey, the best goalie in the world is on that team.
Was the best goalie in the world.
Yeah, this year he was not.
I don't know who he is anymore. I'm not sure how good he is because he had zero support.
And
could he come back? Maybe. Yeah.
You're allowed to have off years.
Yeah. Could he come back? Maybe. But why wouldn't two guys say, hey, the goalie's already there. Let's go. They probably won't get paid because they're paying the goalie so much money.
Is that enough? No.
If Carlson and John Tavares went there?
There's no way.
No. I'm just saying, is that enough if it was Carey Price, Carlson, and John Tavares?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
a good team.
That's a great team.
It's not happening. It's not.
And then you still have who? Gallagher.
Galchenyuk?
Shea Weber.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I forgot Shea Weber played on that team.
How much is he getting paid, though? $6 million?
Shea Weber?
8.
He's getting paid 8?
8 over 8.
Yeah. Who is the free agent this year other than Tavares? I don't know if you guys can look it up.
Drew Doughty. I'll look that up.
Doughty. Carlson cannot leave. He's going to get traded.
He's got one more year.
Yeah.
He would have to be traded.
He will be traded.
But, now, I don't know what's going on with him.
Carlson?
Because I don't know if you guys heard what happened.
Yeah, his kid just passed away. Stillborn.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Sorry, who? Sorry.
Heart goes out to you.
Eric Carlson.
Eric Carlson's
baby.
Man,
died,
that's going to hurt. Because I follow him on Instagram, and he
so I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't know if he wants to leave Ottawa after that.
I would leave Ottawa.
Like imagine trading him at the draft. Like after what's happened, I don't see that happening.
If I were him, I go just play for a winner. Just let's take hockey out of it. Don't try to fight to win games. Just go play for a winner. Get that stress off your back.
That's not how you spell it.
Oh, what?
How can you spell Carlson? CARLSON. S-O-N. And this is a Toronto website, too.
Yeah. Oh, Mike Green.
Mike, come on.
James Van Riemsdyk.
I like him.
Okay, JVR. Someone's going to pay JVR.
James Neal.
JVR's a guy who will go anywhere they pay him.
Yeah. Evander Kane.
You don't want him on your team.
Nobody wants him on his team.
Right?
Joe Thornton.
That dude's a cancer.
He's 38 years old.
Joe Thornton.
There's nothing else.
Tavares is the guy.
Rick Nash, 35.
No.
There's nothing.
Daniel Sedin.
The Twins.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
You guys are talking about 2019.
yeah.
But hey, if your third line is the Sedins, you can play some hockey.
Yeah, but you're also going to have to pay, what, $4 or $5 million for a
Do
third
they want
liner?
Thomas Vanek back?
You're not paying them anymore.
I don't even know where Thomas Vanek's playing right now.
He was in...
Oh, he got traded. He was in Vancouver and he got traded somewhere at the deadline.
So he was in Montreal that 1 year.
Yeah.
At the end of the year. Then he got traded to...
They traded for him
Wow.
last year. Didn't they?
Yes,
he
they
played
did.
for Vancouver last year. Or this
that
year.
guy was a goal scorer, man. And that now it's just
he
like...
had a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it'd be a good pickup if he spoke French. Would be Tyler Bozak.
Tyler Bozak.
No. Well, they need centers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thomas Mechanics, yeah.
He'd be a top 6 on that team.
Yeah, so...
no
basically, you guys are telling me there's no hope.
There's no hope.
No, man.
These
You
guys are
guys
gonna
are
miss a-
screwed. Look at their draft history, too. Like
They don't have anybody. Right now, they don't have anybody.
what, Gallagher was a 5th round pick, and
Yeah.
that's their best pick in the last, 3 years?
I was excited when they drafted Gallagher. Gallagher had promise.
Were you excited?
He had promise.
Yeah, that was good.
A 5th round draft pick, you were excited?
You know
Come
what?
on.
If they were smart, they would have gifted Sidney Crosby to the Canadiens.
I always thought, back in the day, Crosby would go to the Canadiens and Ovechkin would go to the Leafs. I
Yeah.
always thought that was going to be the end outcome. But
Hockey players don't go anywhere. That's the thing. They don't go anywhere,
I'm talking about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
When okay, their first free agency, they're going to go to, they're going to play in epic locations and they continue the
Crazy
rivalry.
hot. They don't do that. The NHL is not about that anymore. That original 6 thing is dead in the water. They still talk about it like it matters.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah,
No one.
teams that are in the playoffs.
They
Here's
do.
an original 6 matchup.
They do not.
The Rangers and the Blackhawks.
Yeah, they do not
Nobody
care.
cares.
No one cares about that. And I hear it all the time, and I'm just like, these guys don't. I bet you half the NHL couldn't name the original 6 teams.
All the players of today, but this is what the NHL is. Old white guys.
Yeah.
That's who runs it. That's who runs the NHL.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
It's old white guys.
Like Lou Lamoriello's 73 years
Yeah.
old and he's still a GM.
even the guys who commentate on the game.
Yeah,
Just
it's
white
an old
guys.
boys club, man.
Yeah. Out of probably most of sports. It's
Although
old
they're
boys.
starting to integrate those Indian dudes into actual.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. in
I
Toronto.
love Punjabi Leaf Hockey Night. I think it's gold.
So for people who don't, it's over the air too. I think is it over the air? I think it's over the air. But anyway, for people who don't live in Toronto, there's actually a hockey night in Canada. They actually have a Punjabi, where one's a Sikh and one's Punjabi. They actually announce the games in Hindu, I believe it is.
Yeah.
And they're also great. They're exciting,
Oh,
and
man,
they're
they're so
passionate
good.
about their hockey, and people watch.
But they started bringing those dudes onto the actual CBC
Yes,
feed.
Awesome.
they did that twice this year, I believe. I think.
I haven't heard them, but I would love to hear them call a game in English. I'd be excited
For
to hear
sure.
that.
They
This
should.
thing has been going on for so long, and it just so happened it was like a year ago or something, or 2 years ago. I just happened to change channels, and I texted in the group like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah. What's going on
It's
here?
like, yeah, they've been doing this forever. I'm like, oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Well, I knew about it when I saw it. I just thought it was super neat. But then I was like, I can't obviously understand them. But I just heard
It's
like,
cool, yeah.
and I was like, oh, these guys are good.
Yeah.
I need to hear
Well,
this.
WWE does the same thing. Well, they
Yeah,
do
well,
it in
there's 100
Mexican.
languages. They have 100 languages.
Yeah.
Literally.
But also, one of the best Twitter handles is one of the guys. His last name is Singh, so his Twitter handle is Ice Singh. It's just, they're good, man. They're really good. Even when they've done the English broadcast and they've come in and filled in for whoever, they've been good, and I think that's good for the game, man.
I want to listen next time that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Another thing I want to talk about, scoring race. Sneaky kind of under the radar type thing. Ovechkin and Patrick Laine.
How about Nathan McKinnon?
I think Nash should talk about goal scoring.
Oh,
No, let's talk about goal scoring. And Nathan McKinnon is
look
seventh on that list too. Nathan McKinnon's
look
he's
at how many
38
points he
goals.
has. You're talking about goals strictly
Yeah,
or
38
points?
goals.
Yeah,
Okay.
just goals.
I'll go to points. But anyway, 38 goals in.
Yeah.
Nathan
cool.
McKinnon is second with 91 points.
And look how many games he's played.
That I don't know. I'll have to Google that up.
Like,
but anyway, yeah.
under 70 games.
Yeah, but he's just running around skate. They got nothing else to do over there. Someone's playing for
Colorado.
anything.
Hey, they're fighting for a playoff spot, man.
Yeah, but sneaky, kind of Ovechkin. Nobody's really talking about him this year.
Really, you think him and Laine are under the radar?
I don't really hear much people talking about.
What do you hear really in hockey?
Yeah, and maybe that's because I listen to a lot of hockey.
I'm very impressed about Laine.
Laine is a beast. He's gonna be out for a couple games, so he got hurt.
Yeah, and it's kind of like on two ends of the scale. Like Ovechkin is like the older guy, and it's like he's the old guard. And Patrick Laine.
But Ovechkin had like 11 goals in the first 4 games. Yeah, he started off insane.
But every year he's the same dude.
He is.
I know he had an off year last year, but like he's. You know what? He's been in this league for 12, 13 years, and he just puts up numbers. The guy scored 600 goals now.
Yeah, and he's pretty close to what's his name? Wayne Gretzky on all time scoring.
You can't even mention that guy's name.
I feel like he's not even close to halfway to Wayne
Gretzky's 892. You're not going to catch him.
And I think Ovechkin's like 602
or something.
Something like that. But he's
not going to catch him.
You're not
going to catch him.
No one's going to catch him?
No. Jágr played until he was almost 50 and he couldn't catch him.
Yep.
But Jágr he was when he was younger. But Jágr. Another name on that list is Malkin.
Yeah, he's got 42?
Snuck in there. Second in the league in points.
41.
He had one tonight, though.
He's at 91 poins.
91 points.
Another
guy that everyone talks about Sidney Crosby. Nobody talks about that guy.
And Malkin also missed a bunch of games, too.
Yeah.
Evgeny Malkin is, for me personally, arguably the more important player on that team.
Crosby.
No, you need both.
Well, the thing that's
and then
crazy
you can
about
throw Kessel in, too.
Yeah,
well, Kessel's awesome. But I'm saying, like, in general, like, if you look at the careers, because Crosby and Malkin have played almost their entire careers together.
Yeah, Malkin was like a year or two after.
Yeah. Who has more points?
Total? I'll look it up.
Yeah, but you can't judge it on that.
I feel like, didn't Malkin win a cup basically without Sidney Crosby?
Yeah, but like,
I'm just saying.
Sidney Crosby, dude.
Did Crosby win a cup without Malkin playing?
No, but like, Sidney Crosby.
I know, but just to say I have a point, and then we can move on.
You bring up a good point.
Thank you.
You raise good points.
Just on fire today.
But I understand what you're saying. Like, as far as like,
Evgeny Malkin's a fantastic NHL player.
He never gets.
He flies under the radar.
That's
He's
good.
spectacular.
That's a good spot to be in.
He has 2 scoring champ titles, and he might get a third one. There's still a few games left. He's had an excellent, incredible career, and we don't talk about it.
This will be one of the closest like MVP races in all of hockey. There's so many guys who can be nominated for.
Maybe nominated
this award. Well, you get 3 nominations, right? Yeah. Who make it to the finals, but like you're looking at guys like Kucherov, McKinnon, Malkin. Who am I missing here? Taylor Hall. Like all these guys.
I think Taylor Hall's not in the final 3. I think McKinnon's not in the final
2 weeks ago he was when he had the highest point streak. 26 games point streak.
Yeah,
but now William Karlsson had the same amount.
William Karlsson.
Yeah, William Karlsson on Vegas.
He's gonna hit 40 goals this year.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's crazy.
That's a great story.
The guy had 9 goals last year.
Yeah, I like that more than I like the college kids taking out the top teams.
Sure.
Sidney Crosby has 1106 points. Malkin has 923.
But also Malkin's missed a lot of.
Yeah.
I mean, they both missed time with injuries, right?
Yeah, it's actually not even close.
And also Crosby has a couple years on him.
Yeah.
Crosby actually played more games.
Yeah.
Which is surprising, but he also came in.
Outside the concussion, Crosby's pretty good injury-wise. He doesn't really get hurt. Like, Malkin will back will hurt, he won't play. Yeah.
Punked.
Yeah, that's true, too.
But the under-the-radar type thing, and you say it's a good thing, but...
How much of a mistake did Edmonton make with Taylor Hall?
Sorry?
How big is that mistake?
Huge.
I say all the time, huge.
To keep guys like Nugent Hopkins
How
over
big
him?
was that mistake? Because you probably could have traded Nugent Hopkins with the exact same deal.
It's so funny, man. Like, they had a stacked team. If you look at the guys that they had on their team, like Eberle's doing well for the Islanders. Hall is doing great for the Devils. And if you still had them with, like, say, Draisaitl and McDavid, like... And how did they screw that up?
The difference is the Leafs did not trade for defense, and Edmonton did.
My thing about Edmonton is they waited too long. Like, they were holding on to those guys way too long.
But
and then they said to themselves, instead of just making a decision, and they made the wrong decision. Instead of making decisions early, they held them too long.
But instead of ponying up for, like, Eberle or Hall, they gave money to Milan Lucic.
I know.
But you know what kills me is that, like, when you make the playoffs, like last year, could we say Edmonton made the playoffs unexpectedly? Just like the Leafs did.
Yeah. They did well last year.
So you go in the playoffs, you have a decent series, what you lose, just like the Leafs. and they drastically changed their team when you can get better. The Leafs, I won't say drastically, they added pieces. They didn't give anything away, right? Why would you change?
Who's the biggest piece that left last year from Leafs? You can't really...
Boyle?
Brian Boyle, and he's an all-star?
Yeah. Brian Boyle. But, like, they didn't meticulously get rid of him. He left. He
was only a
back.
rental.
Right. But, like, why would Edmonton fundamentally change their team thinking they're going to improve next year?
So they thought they had Carmen David. That was all they needed.
I know. Well, it didn't make sense when they made the trade. And I'm not going to be like, oh, Taylor's a superstar, because he was underperforming.
Well, right now, Carmen David has 34 goals.
Yeah.
Hall has 32.
Yeah. I wouldn't have made that trade. I would have traded Nugent Hopkins over.
Right now, Hall was on that team.
Yeah.
Hall got traded not in the offseason. He got traded the year before.
Yeah, the year before.
Yeah.
Still, but, like, who did they get in return?
The
Adam Larson?
Adam
Yeah,
Larson.
I can't
There
remember.
it is.
Adam Larson?
Like, come on.
He's just... And the problem was they said he's not a stud back there. He's better than what they had. But he
I agree.
And also,
they needed something back
Also,
there.
the question you have to ask yourself is, would Hall be the same player if he was still there?
30 goals?
Maybe better.
He could score 30 goals.
No, I gotta think with Connor McDavid there.
Anyone's better.
Yeah, you gotta be better. So,
Like, look what he's doing in New Jersey with who?
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you just don't play them together.
Sure.
Taylor Hall could have been 30 goals on his own.
You could
without
put
playing with him.
Draisaitl with Hall.
You
and
could.
Maybe that would work better.
But it'd be more fun to put... Nah. David and Draisaitl is a nasty team.
Yeah, but they're two different centers, right? They're in different lines.
Yeah.
Let's move it to the takeover. They were wrestling takeover there, Smythe.
Oh, is it time?
We heard this up?
Is it time?
Because
It's 10:50. You have a whole hour.
an hour away.
You can't play without me.
Hockey.
You cannot play without me. I'm just throwing it out there. You gotta wait.
I'm ignoring all my friend requests.
Oh my
everything.
God. Are you working? Are you just not going to
This
work?
is the last segment. This is the last segment.
Okay.
I have to
I'm
work
cutting it
tomorrow.
short. But anyway,
WWE, here it is. It's very intense. Did you watch SmackDown?
Yeah, the end of it.
Daniel Bryan cleared to return to wrestling.
Yeah.
How big is this?
Oh yes, I saw that. Yeah.
It's huge. He's like a fan favorite, man. Like he's.
Which is kind of crazy. It bothered me at first, but then
I get it. It feels like the WWE doesn't want him to be a fan favorite, but the fans love him.
I think that's the reason why the fans love him.
Yeah, my absolute
Yes.
the draw I had here is they must have had this in their pockets for months, right? Because it looked like it was a super surprise, but like the way Owens and Sami Zayn were acting and the way that storyline was going, he's clearly wrestling at WrestleMania.
Well, obviously, but like I feel like that WWE caught wind of as soon as Bryan's contract was gonna be over, he was gonna go wrestle somewhere else.
He said if it wasn't there, if you didn't clear him, he was going to leave.
Yeah, and I think they caught wind of that, and they were like, "Well, no, we want you to wrestle for us because we know."
Who else is gonna wrestle? Come on, that's a bluff.
No, dude. Like independents are flourishing right now.
Yeah.
Like, why'd you see Chris Jericho go wrestle in Japan,
making tons of money.
making tons of money?
Oh,
they have money to spend.
Yeah, tons of money.
Oh, yes, you can always go to Japan and make money.
Well,
In
everyone,
Ring of Honor, like
now
Cody
everyone-
Rhodes is making how much money?
Everyone can fill arenas now. Before it was hard to fill a backyard for people to watch wrestling. Now, if you have a half decent name, you can fill an arena of 10,000 people.
Cody Rhodes was nothing WWE, and now he's like the biggest star of Ring of Honor.
Well, Ring of Honor, isn't it just top heavy in Ring of Honor? They'll pay the stars, but not paying anybody else.
Yeah, but like,
Well, the money's
Who's this-
different money.
like,
Yeah, the
there's
money's
no
different.
stars really.
Well,
but like, if you
Cody Rhodes.
exactly.
Yeah, it's Cody Rhodes. They're probably paying him, but who they like everybody else? Who they?
Well,
pay?
I mean, if you sell,
Yeah, and I'm sure like Ricochet was getting paid while he was there. There's a lot of guys that are making good money there. The problem is the average wrestler makes way more money in the E, right? A lot of people
well,
say like,
it's more safe, right? Like it's
Yeah.
more guaranteed.
that too, but it's just there's more money there.
Yeah. Well, obviously, there's more
Yeah.
eyes.
Now the main thing is the WWE now has a true face character that everyone's behind.
Yeah.
There is no other character in wrestling that is over like Daniel Bryan. And there's people that people respect, but everyone wants to see Daniel Bryan win all the time.
But like,
I don't care what he's in.
Look at who he can face now to create these dream matches.
Yep.
You could have him.
Brock Lesnar.
No.
Lesnar's done after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But
Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles,
Yes.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Nakamura.
You even have
You can
Bobby
get Seth
Roode, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor.
Like all these guys. Finn Balor versus Daniel Bryan. Like imagine that.
Yeah, it's I mean absolutely insane how many matches are going to happen now. And what they're going to do is because Daniel Bryan's not coming back to wrestle full time. He's coming back for a one last run. We know this, right?
Is he though? He won't tell you that.
No, because he probably thinks that he's going to wrestle forever.
Somewhere.
Just the controller. Just press the power button, the Xbox button. But I think he's gonna have one where they do what they did with Cena, similar to Cena, John Cena. They had him just wrestle all the new guys that came in the new blood to be like, okay, well, you can retire. I think that's what he's going to do. He has a baby now. Like,
no, he's
coming back to wrestling.
Imagine you don't wrestle for 2 years, and then you're like, what? You're gonna just go 1 year?
I think by any time he can get hurt and just be like, you know what, this is too dangerous. I'm done.
Why was he out? Was his neck?
Yeah, he was having seizures.
Not his neck, his brain.
Yeah, he was having like seizures.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So sounds like a Chris Bosh scenario
he had neurological issues and it took a lot to clear him.
Play? Really?
Sorry. Well, it's been years.
Didn't.
It's been years.
But then he saw these like top level neurologists
to try to clear himself, which is another
interesting.
Anyway,
interesting.
So Daniel Bryan's back. That's exciting. My take: him and Shane McMahon are going to fight Sami Zayn.
Yeah, that's inevitable.
Yeah,
and I think Shane or someone will turn on each other.
I think they're going to make Daniel Bryan go heel.
No, you can't.
No, you can't. Well, who's the face in WWE right now?
Daniel Bryan, Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor.
Are any of these guys bigger stars than
Daniel Bryan? No, but Daniel Bryan's contract is still up when his contract is up. So what they're saying is they're trying to ruin his brand before he leaves to go independent. So if they turn him heel and turn the crowd against him, maybe that'll give him.
But people love heels, man.
Heels are cool now. WrestleMania. I'm just going by matches. Based on the importance, I feel AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. AJ Styles injured.
What?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. Something wrestling people. I don't understand why these guys are so close to WrestleMania. They're fighting 5 times a week. It's stupid.
Well, you have to.
I mean, no, you don't. But not your top card matches. You don't have to.
WWE's not like UFC. Like if you lose one guy, many guys just fill that void, right? They'll just make up another match to fill that void. They don't actually have to.
Yeah, and here's the thing. And as great as this match looks, it's basically a rematch of the Wrestle Kingdom 10, right? Okay. So
a lot of people don't know that.
No, exactly. So a lot of people didn't see it. I watched Wrestle Kingdom match, so I'm going to basically see a replay. This match is going to look just like the Wrestle Kingdom match.
Yeah,
that's how these things go. Now, who wins?
Nakamura.
You're talking about WrestleMania?
Yeah. Don't
you want to save that?
No, we'll just talk. On the weekend, we'll just go more.
We'll go more into depth.
Okay.
Can you have a WWE champion who doesn't speak English?
Sure. It's happened before.
He won the Royal Rumble.
Who was the last guy
who didn't speak English?
Yeah.
What's that tall guy from India? He didn't really speak that good English.
Khali.
Yeah.
Khali.
Yeah, Khali.
Jinder Mahal. No.
It's happened before. Any guys out under what's that Asian manager?
Oh, Yokozuna?
Yeah. There's the manager.
Yeah, Mr. Fuji.
Fuji. He spoke for a lot of his guys that won belts and stuff like that. It's happened before.
But no one speaks for AJ Styles unless he becomes a Paul Heyman guy.
No, I'm saying, well, if you're saying can an English guy, can a non-English speaking person hold the belt or WWE? Yeah, sure.
I'm kind of worried about it. Anyway.
What are your thoughts on Lesnar versus Reigns?
That's the next thing I was going to go to. They're building the match as Reigns is the hardworking guy and Lesnar's the jerk. The problem is that Brock is over, Reigns is not. So did you see Raw?
Yep.
Okay.
So I saw what happened to Reigns.
Brock Lesnar severely attacks Roman Reigns while Reigns is in handcuffs, puts him on the stretcher, pushes the stretcher over, and drags it across the ring in an effort to get heat. He was cheered through the entire scene.
Yeah.
And
he was getting booed a bit. No, I'm lying. I'm thinking of the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn beating up Daniel Bryan. That was legit. They were like mad.
Yeah, that was booed. They wanted to fight him.
There you go.
What do you think is going to happen here? Like, do they just have Reigns just win and it's over?
They have to because his contract's up. Brock Lesnar.
I think Lesnar can still appear until SummerSlam.
His wrestling contract, actual in wrestling,
is over.
Is done after WrestleMania,
and he's not.
So how do you just no? There's no way he's gonna win.
What if you had Brock win anyways and just put the belt down and go to UFC? How much more is his brand built?
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
Now, I hear you guys saying that Brock Lesnar's contract's up.
Yeah.
When's it up? Sorry? After WrestleMania?
After WrestleMania. His in-ring contract is up, but his rights and he can appear in places until August.
So you guys don't
after SummerSlam.
You guys don't think he's coming back?
No.
Why? No, no.
It was a good run.
Isn't this like easy work for him?
Yeah, but like people are getting sick of it. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't do anything other than show up once a month.
Yeah. Okay.
And like, imagine what some of the stuff that Roman says is like.
It's real heat.
Yeah, it's real heat.
They really are upset about this.
Yeah,
they're legit upset. They have to fight
these guys
5
work
times
4
a
or
week.
5 days a week, and this
he
guy
wrestles
comes
5
in
times a year
Yeah.
and makes more than all of them.
It's interesting how they build real things into these
Yeah,
scripts.
well,
right? Like,
it's interesting.
well, it's no longer that because back in the 80s they would like make characters.
Yeah,
and then they'd actually make a character. You have no idea what they do in real life.
No.
And
it was
they basically have to hide away, and then they write these scripts and stuff like that, and blah
Yeah, I
blah.
thought
Now
it was great.
it's way more reality based.
You're
Like,
in charge.
you know what these people
You
are
have to
doing.
impress.
You know what
the
these people are
writers.
doing,
Yeah.
and it's now they're throwing in real animosity here
Yeah.
into the script. It's kind of fascinating how it's actually moved.
Speaking of true animosity in a script, Asuka versus Charlotte, streak versus greatness. I don't know what you're gonna call this.
Oscar won't lose.
Why?
Because
Why not?
Why are they gonna make Charlotte?
Why
Flair
not?
beat?
Because she could be the greatest female wrestler of all time.
I never thought. Charlotte?
She
Is she that
Probably
good?
is.
Is she that good? No.
Yeah, she's incredible. I think she's one of the best athletes in wrestling.
That's fine. That's fine. But greatest female, like over Trish Stratus?
Yeah, are you kidding me?
No. You
Wait,
were
wrestling?
I'm not talking about wrestling. I'm talking about actual impact. I'm talking about actual.
Way more.
Than Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
Oh, in terms of popularity?
Than Trish Stratus.
Oh, no. Popularity, no. I'm talking about actual like talent and actual like respect.
I'm not talking about that. That's
Yeah.
You can. There's way more like. There were 100 wrestlers wrestling at the time that were more talented than Hulk Hogan.
Talent-wise,
obviously,
like-
obviously, you're not going to deny that Hulk Hogan's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
but
But Trish Stratus going down in history compared to Charlotte.
Trish Stratus, Lita, I would almost say AJ Lee, almost all
but, like,
massively popular at the
Charlotte
time.
still has years to become.
Exactly, she's still on the rise.
I don't think she's even close, in my opinion.
Well,
That's my.
this will make her meteoric if she beats this streak at WrestleMania.
To beat this streak?
Yeah,
come on,
this is the biggest women's streak
Yeah, come
since
on.
the
This streak,
fabulous Moolah.
Yeah, but like when we're talking streaks, you're talking about Undertaker. Like, come on, nobody cares about that she has a streak going on.
Well,
Asuka?
they keep talking about it. Like
I know they keep pushing it, but nobody cares about that streak.
She hasn't lost in 2
There's a
years.
reason why
cares?
they
If
keep
Char-
talk- there's a reason why they keep talking is because they know it's going to end soon.
Yeah, because if Charlotte beats that streak, no one's gonna care. It's not like It's not like
people will.
Goldberg streak. It's not like a Goldberg streak. Come on.
It is a Goldberg streak. It's longer than Goldberg streak,
Yeah,
technically.
but does she have the same clout as Goldberg?
Same. Who, Asuka?
Yeah,
For women?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man.
But this is a new revolution.
She's it.
I understand that, but she doesn't like as far as comparing Goldberg at the time of his.
That's different.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Well-
she's if it was Charlotte who had a streak, yes, I can understand. You're breaking her streak, but it's nothing.
I don't know.
It's nothing.
But again, I think putting the champion and someone who doesn't speak the language is tough. So for her to win the SmackDown championship, she goes to SmackDown and beats all the girls there. That's not fun to watch
We could have 2 Japanese champions.
on SmackDown, which would be cute.
It'd be nice.
They can be a couple.
They both won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that'd be cute. I don't know. Bailey, Sasha, WrestleMania,
Boring.
right?
Sasha bores me, man.
The plan is Bailey's gonna actually go heel,
She makes Sasha.
which I'm like, what is she gonna do?
I'm
Not
over
hug
gimmick.
people?
Sasha's gimmick. I'm
a
over that.
thug.
I'm over that gimmick, man.
I think it's
boring, man.
cute, but it's
Sasha's
not like
boring.
yeah. Bliss and Nia Jax, another one. Nah,
I love Alexa Bliss.
I love Nia Jax.
I love
What?
her too.
Nia Jax,
Big one.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Used to be a model.
Yeah,
Or still is a model.
It's very pretty. It's pretty
very
rare.
pretty. Weren't they friends? How'd this happen?
Yeah.
They're best friends.
it's wrestling, man.
Alexa Bliss
No, I'm
and
trying to
Mickey
find
James
people.
were backstage talking about how Bliss manipulated her and how she's like a freak. People look at it. It was actually very well done. I love Mickey James, and she's probably one of my favorite female wrestlers of all time. Yeah, I've seen her nude, so there's that.
But like Alexa Bliss.
Why did you say that?
Alexa Bliss is probably the best on the mic for all the women.
Yeah, Bliss is fun. She's good. She's good in the ring.
She pulled the Conor McGregor thing on Raw where she was like, I just want to say I'm not sorry.
Yeah. She's so good. The 2 mid-card titles, both in triple threats. Miz, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins.
Are you going to all of WrestleMania?
Yeah,
I
basically.
just realized what you were doing. I was like, why would you do this when we're going to have this huge special? I don't understand. Why would you do this?
Because the special's going to be way more intense.
We're gonna cut this short. We're cutting this short because I don't understand.
What do you mean? I'm almost done. Get out of here.
But we're gonna go over this huge show.
Get out of
and
here.
you basically just cut them.
I'm with Nash.
I'm gonna ask one question first.
Don't ask any more
Let
questions
me-
about
go
WrestleMania.
ahead. Go
You
ask
just
your last question.
oh man.
Does Dean Ambrose interfere in this match?
No.
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 Okay. Orton, Rude, and
Big
Jinder
Cass
Mahal.
does.
Oh, that was good. Orton, Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal. Does Jinder Mahal pin Randy Orton again?
Jinder Mahal.
I love him, by the way. But
No.
does he pin Randy Orton?
Yeah, with the help from Drew McIntyre.
Nice. Ooh, look at you. Usos versus New Day versus Bludgeon Brothers.
Oh my god.
Do
you're
the
still
Bludgeon
going.
Brothers win the
You're
championship?
Still going on this WrestleMania.
No. Usos.
Okay.
Usos is the best tag team ever.
The Bar versus Strowman and guest partner. Does Braun Strowman the tag team partners titles by himself?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Yeah.
Will Ronda Rousey be a good WWE wrestler?
Yes.
She will.
Who knows? Can I just cut you off because you keep going on WrestleMania? I'm just gonna cut you off. Christian Edge, Dudley Brothers, Hall of Fame,
They're inducting
Kid
him.
Rock.
inducted, and Kid Rock too. That was just.
Like-
I'm just saying they're one of the best. They're probably one of my top 5 favorites.
Who?
Christian and Edge.
Who cares?
No, all right.
They're boring. I never liked them.
You didn't like any of that stuff? Really interesting.
Wait,
That was
5
dead-
seconds
that was
for flash photography? I thought that was
That
the
was
funniest thing I've ever
hilarious.
seen in my
dead
life.
era for me, man.
That was the best.
The Attitude Era?
That was a dead era for me. The whole CM Punk era.
That's not the CM Punk era. That's the Attitude Era.
That's the Attitude Era.
That was like
Maybe
right
a
after
little after.
Attitude
Yeah,
Era.
maybe a little
right after
after.
Attitude
Yeah, maybe a
Era.
little
I didn't get back in WWE until like 2011, 2012.
TLC?
Oh.
Okay, that's a classic match
There you go.
with the Dudleys and them.
Yeah.
that was
That's
good.
why they're.
So you basically left after the Attitude Era. That's basically what I did. I left
Yeah,
after the Attitude
well,
Era.
as soon as they bought WCW, I was like, this
the
is
evasion
kind of,
angle. Just let you down.
Yeah, I was out of that, and then ECW came in too. I was like,
There's too much going
time
on.
it out.
At the time, yeah.
I'm
When
gonna
it,
go smash women.
The
and-
best video game of all time came out when that, because every single wrestler was in the game. Do you remember this game?
Was it WCW versus NWO or something? Or?
No, it was the first ever Raw versus SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
And it had everyone. You like Goldberg versus
that's
the
the best
Rock.
wrestling
It
video game?
was the best because there's so many people in the game. Like everyone was in the game. It was number one.
I'll take his word for it.
I think NCAA Revenge, is that it?
The N64 games were good,
Revenge was the best wrestling game.
but you had one
Ever.
for WWE and you had one for WCW. So when you had this one game,
Yeah.
because the invasion angle was over and all the guys from WCW were in WWE, so it was one crazy game, and it was like
No, I
double
can- I can-
tables.
I can
It was
understand that.
you can put like 8 tables up together and throw like Hulk Hogan through them all. It was nuts. Anyway,
So,
Come on, brother.
So Smite just went through that's one segment you don't have to do well on that mega show.
we're doing
Because-
we're doing it to the XYT. I have so much more for the super episode, which is what I'm calling it now.
Yeah, I'm glad we're beefing it up. Beef it up next week too when I'm not here.
Beefy.
Yeah, we're definitely
I'm gonna miss you guys next week.
No,
I
we
miss you
won't.
too.
You're not. You're not. We're gonna probably
I'm gonna be. You know what you should do? Is you try and like live Skype.
yeah, we're gonna call you and we're gonna just be like, why are you talking to me right now?
So like next week we're doing basketball heavy, basketball legends. So we're just gonna go through the East and West. I got a couple other things because me and Casey are talking about a couple things that Wells will probably want to be part of, but unfortunately he's not here. But whatever. So yeah, tune in for the next 2 weeks. We're trying some new stuff. We might have to do because I was thinking about because the NBA playoff and NHL playoffs probably start in the middle of the week. We might have to do like a midweek.
An emergency.
Emergency midweek
Emergency
zero series
type.
where we make our picks and that's just it. Just in and out with the picks and that's it.
Just so you guys know, the 0 Series explicit language is included.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, yes, I got away with no work and then boom.
No, he had one in the beginning too. And there's a double because he swore, then he apologized and swore again right after.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, Smite, tell me where you can find us.
You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, my favorite Tumblr, also now on PlayStation and on Xbox Live. Me and Wells are playing hockey after this, and I'm about to win the series, which is why Wells hasn't spoken about it. I think he's okay knowing that he can't best me in NHL this year, which is great. We'll probably start a baseball series where I will not do well. But I'm just going to – I need like a couple of days to learn to play the game.
You need a couple months.
Oh, my God.
Well, this is the whole thing, right? Because we're doing this whole, I don't know, Wells versus Smythe or Smythe versus Wells thing where you guys just I'm guessing we're just gonna do this.
We're just waiting for you to get a PlayStation.
Compete. No, I'm not gonna be part of this. Anyway, but where you guys basically just compete against each other in different video games, which is, I think the people like it. I think it's fun. So it will continue with so we got the NHL now, and then we'll go to the show, and maybe if who else can pick up some street hoops? We can do it. Maybe we can do
Street hoops.
Maybe we can do some NBA 2K. But anyway,
maybe NBA Jam.
Yeah, maybe.
on fire.
Fortnite, definitely that. Wells, go ahead. Tell the people where you can
find me on the Horseplay Podcast. We're on a bit of a hiatus for a week or two. I need a new headset.
Boo.
My headset is donezo. If you listen to last episode, you can hear it cracking every now and then.
All the time, man.
So Horseplay 41 will be the mega episode in 2 weeks, and then we should be back to normal. But you can find us at Horseplay_podcast on Instagram. Look for us on iTunes. Just search for Horseplay Podcast, and find us on Twitter, Horseplay Pod.
Just an idea for episode 41. Glenn Rice. That's all.
It's not up to you, bud.
Just saying.
And of course, you can find all this stuff at the Park Daily, theparkdaily.com. You can stream all these episodes, Horseplay. You can listen to everything under the same umbrella. Helps us out a lot, and that's basically it. Hit him with that theme song, man.
Oh, I like that.
Later.
Hit him with that theme song. Nash Wells and Smythe host the Team Podcast. We love sports just like you.